Well, I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes, as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Moving ain't over. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know, I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if the bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, it's pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, it's pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a big slap, slap. Come get your face clapped.
right, now we back up in here, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's the Friday night show, man. We about to get this shit popping, man. On y'all way in, y'all do your boy a favor as usual. Hit that like, hit that subscribe for your boy. Share the videos, all that other shit. I don't know what you're watching on. You could be watching over on Facebook. You could be watching over on YouTube. One of the channels that we streaming this thing on, man. Make sure y'all look out for your boy. We about to get it popping, drop my music. I'm just saying, man. Here we go, y'all. We about to get it popping tonight because I thought this was gonna be a momentous video. I've been waiting on this to happen. I told you I'm always gonna be that guy that's standing on the corner being like, I told you so. I'll be like that. Told you so, told you so, told you so. Well, every chicken comes home to roost, y'all. I don't know if you know that, but every chicken come home to roost. And we got a special one tonight, man. I don't know if y'all know. We've covered videos before. There was a lady on YouTube called the Queen Maker. The Queen Maker, y'all. She go by Princella Clark too. Just throwing that out there for you. But she was out here, preaching a good word to the ladies. Like, these men are incapable of love. These men this, these men that. Just saying crazy shit in my honest opinion. But I'm a men's advocate, so it would be crazy to me. But some people agree with it. A lot of people agree with it, actually. Really throw that out there. And then, she had her little controversy with her little girlfriend, B. Taylor. And B. Taylor tried to throw her underneath the bus and said she was just a terrible person and all this bad stuff. And she never really spoke on it. Miss Princella Clark never really came out and spoke on it. But she recently did an interview, y'all. And she enlightened us on some things. And she actually had an enlightening about the situations of relationships between men and women, things of that sort. And I think it was very interesting, y'all. So I want y'all to go on this journey with me tonight. And just I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny. Well, at least to me, it's gonna be funny. But let's go on this journey together and see what she was talking about. What did she learn from her situation? And we're gonna share our thoughts. I'm gonna share mine. I ain't gonna hold my tongue for nobody. But if y'all ready, I'm ready, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight, man. Key support, man. We trying to hit 22K before the end of the month. And I think we can do it, y'all. See if we can find these next 100 subscribers. But either way, though, y'all, we about to get it popping. It's about to it's about to go down. It's about to go down. So if y'all ready, I'm ready, man. Let's roll the tape, like my boy Jive like to say.
Real life street stars, man. We are in here with a reoccurring guest. I think y'all by now know. We got Princella, Pastor P. Do you got any other nicknames that you go by?
They call me the Queen Maker.
The Queen Maker. The Queen Maker. How many queens have you made, do you feel like, since you started?
Whew, thousands. I'm spanning across the globe. So I've changed a lot of lives.
Oh, we gonna stop right here real quick, like, because I got the queen of the hour, a real queen, not that fake shit this other lady talking about. Just gonna throw that out there for y'all. I got Miss Alexis from Texas up in the building, repping for the Chiefs. I ain't got my Chiefs hat on tonight. I don't want to feel like I'm out of order, but I do got on a little red, so at least that counts for something. We just had like this C stand for Chiefs. But how you doing tonight, Miss Lady?
Hey, but first of all, you was supposed to let me know that you was going to send the link. So, I mean, my tardiness is your fault. Secondly,
it's my fault, y'all.
Yeah. Secondly, I'm doing okay, but if y'all hearing my voice, I'm kind of coming with something, but it is what it is. It's that time of the year.
And all you gotta do, man. All y'all gotta do is just go and get that good old Dayquil. I keep it right beside my desk because it's getting cold out here, man. You might need it. It tastes bad. It's gonna leave it in your mouth, but it worked.
I gotta get, because for years, especially during COVID, I was taking vitamins. I was always taking vitamins, vitamin D, and I done slipped on my vitamins. So now I gotta make sure I get back on it.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all take y'all vitamins, man. If y'all don't like to take them, just remember we used to take them Flintstones as kids, y'all. They actually helped out a little bit. Just throwing that out there for you. But I did a little introduction and all that in the bag of chips. Princella's here. We gonna hear what Princella had to say. Here you go, Alexis. Oh, matter of fact, I'm gonna let you do mommy real quick.
I know you good now.
Do you remember when there was a controversy about her and B. Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Well, she's going to speak on that B. Taylor situation throughout this conversation. And she was enlightened. I won't tell everybody else, but she was enlightened. She got an understanding. And you're going to be very surprised with her understanding. I think all of y'all will too. But, just let me know when you want me to stop it. And y'all, I'm gonna try my best not to stop it that much on my side. But you ready to rock?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, here we go, y'all. We back into it.
Because being a queen is about being sovereign and being able to stand on your own and govern your own life and use critical thinking capabilities. So I've really changed a lot of people's lives from all over the world. So I can't put an exact number on it, but I know it's in the thousands.
No, that's real. That's real. Now, when you first started the YouTube game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you started making your mark. And now, you fast forward and you're one of those people that sought after, looked after as far as being an orator, speaking, giving advice. How has your life changed since the first time you've been on YouTube till now?
Oh, it's drastically changed. I used to drive trucks, and prior to doing the internet thing, it was like I was driving trucks for 6 years, and I was like, it's about time for me to stop doing this because I got so many other skills and talents that I'm really not tapping into. And to make a long story short, I was making about $1,100 a week driving trucks, and I bought a car the last day of the month, December 2022. 2023, 3 days after that, I ended up getting fired from that job.
You got fired from truck driving?
Yeah, they said laid off, but to me, it's fired because they come to me talking about, we ain't really got no work, so we're gonna have to let you go. Rates and changed and all that. And so to me, it's the same thing. Laid off, fired. At the end of the day, I still ain't got no job.
Right.
So I knew that I didn't want to go work for nobody else after that, and I just was gonna put full time into what I was doing. So this is when I wrote the book. Went ahead and finished working the book, 41 Shades of Men. And that year I made more money than I ever made in my entire life. I made over $250,000 that year.
It's so funny. I seen a quote, right?
So peak game. She went from truck driving. So, a lot of truck drivers are majority what, Alexis, men or female?
Majority men.
Right. We ain't knocking. There's ladies out here doing that job too, but majority of them are men. Do you think that she got the idea about men from truck driving? Going like, you ever heard the term lot lizard? You ever heard of a lot lizard?
Yeah, I don't think she got the idea from truck driving. I just don't think she got it from truck driving. I don't want to go like deep in it like I was thinking that deep, but I don't think she got it from truck driving.
All right, I
want to be the one that kind of look into what kind of truck driving she was doing. She must not been doing too much because $1,100 a week. That's $1,100 a week for truck driving. What kind of truck driving was you doing?
I'm driving for Walmart, that's for sure.
But yeah, go ahead, finish it.
No. I wanted to get a woman's opinion on that because I was about to go down a little rabbit hole, but you slowed me down on that. I'm pumping my brakes on that. She was truck driving. She decided she wanted to work for herself. She wrote the whatever Shades of Men, and she made $2,500. No, $22,500,000 in her first year. Okay, so I'm gonna let it keep going. I ain't gonna go down my little rabbit hole. I'm glad you for holding me back on that one because I was about to do it.
Somebody said they started working for themselves when they realized it don't take no hour to make $20. I said, damn, that shit was surreal. I said, damn, that's a good ass point. Yeah. There's a lot of things you can do to make.
Oh yeah, the fact of the matter is, as long as people are around, you're going to have opportunity because it's the people who are the opportunity, which people don't realize. So there are so many different things that people will pay you for. It doesn't matter if you draw, make content, make shoes, no matter what, there's always an audience or somebody that's willing to pay for your services or your talent. And a lot of people just have not figured out their lane and how to offer their value to other people, because that's really what it's about. And so for me, what it was for me is I just translated all of the information and wisdom that I learned in my life to help women specifically navigate the toxic waters of their relationship life, to give them some more clarity and some more power. And that's what has elevated me. And it's been a wonderful journey so far. Mm-hmm.
Now, you do come back. I see you with the blingery going. So the YouTube streets must be treating you well. Talk about the transformation. You know what I'm saying? We do see you glowing up. We see the glow up.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, life is about transforming. So the more you learn, the more you grow, the more you tap into unrealized parts of yourself. So when I first started this thing, it's always been about women's empowerment for me.
A quick question. You want to skip all that shit and get to the B-Taylor stuff? I don't really want to give a fuck. Look, me personally, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit she talking about right now. You want to skip to the B-Taylor stuff? You want to keep riding? Because we got a while. We gonna be here for a while. Just so y'all know.
So is it just the B-Taylor stuff you want to go over, or?
Oh, she talk about a lot of stuff in here, but it starts with the B-Taylor stuff.
Yeah, we can start. I ain't nobody trying to hear about her scam artist type shit, and even her writing that book, and she talking about she teaching women how to, like, even that was a scam, girl. Like, you ain't got no, like, you were still married to some man. You, like, there's a lot of shaky stuff in her story to where it's like, what it all came down to was you a scam. That's it. That's how I look at it.
There you go. So I'm gonna skip transformation. I'm gonna just go on here and go to thoughts on men and women. And shout out to Marcus. He said, "Hey to you too, Alexis." He said, "What's up, Alexis?" He probably didn't say it like that though. But he also said, "She's the enemy of the black community and women." I think she one of them. But I want to see how forgiving us in the black community are after you watch this video, because that's going to be the ultimate question at the end. And then Marcus also said B-Taylor is another fraud and hateful feminist. You might hear from somebody that was actually licking a box. But either way, though, that's neither here nor there. Skipping ahead. Well, I don't want to hear all that bullshit about transformation and shit. Life ain't about transformation.
That's good, because I was actually going to ask you, right? If anybody's followed you, right, you have some quote unquote controversial, if you will, thoughts about men versus women or men and women. Mm-hmm. Have any of those thoughts or the things that you preach, has any of those changed or evolved, right? I remember watching Malcolm X movie, and he said that, at first he was so centered on only black people till he traveled the world and seen that other white people believe in Islam just like they do. Mm-hmm. And so he evolved, and that's kind of what changed him. Now that you speaking to many women, many men about these scenarios that you preach, has your stance changed, or is it still the same?
It's still the same, but it has evolved, because when I began doing this, I've always saw it in phases, and I've always saw it as an evolutionary path. And in my mind, I've always known that women needed a lot of help, that women needed a lot of development. But in order to start that process, women needed to know about men, because ultimately women don't know anything about men. They think they do, but they don't. They know nothing. And so a lot of women have their identities wrapped up in men. So speaking about men are really only like 10% of the equation. Women are 90% of the equation. So after I talked about men are men. They can't be anything more than that. They're not going to change. They're not going to become cats, dogs. They're not going to evolve into women. So after I finished speaking about men, there's really nothing else to tell women about men that I haven't already told them. So once that conversation is over, now we have to turn the mirror towards women. And what you find out is that in these dynamics, 90% of the discussion has to be on women. And I find that women have a lot of problems. I find that women are very, very narcissistic, and they do not realize it. I think women lack a lot of self-awareness. And how I've taken my message, because I've got a little comedic edge, I find a way to show women themselves in a way that not many people can get women to admit that they are wrong. I have a way of getting women to admit, damn, I'm a terrible person. Right? I've gotten women to see how terrible they are as friends, as relationship partners. Women are terrible relationship partners. Right?
Hold on. I gotta play this part real quick. Like,
I can't tell if he's serious, and that's very concerning.
And I'm being respectful by saying he. This is right now, this seems like a big flip. Alexis, what are your thoughts so far from what she said? Because, she came from that men are incapable of love and all this other whoop bullshit. She said some mean shit to women.
Yeah, it's that's why I said she ain't nothing but a scammer. It's a classic bait and switch. Like, That's it. That's it. That's it. All the stuff that came out about her and all now you're going back to this, saying that first you were on men's ass and all this other stuff. Talk about that's why you hold on. That's why she deal with women. Now you talking about, so it's scammer. She's a scammer. That's all she is. Man, oh my goodness. It's this looks like this is gonna be fun.
And you know what's funny?
Really fun.
I got two possibilities right now. Scammer was the first one that popped in my head. You know what number 2 was?
What?
I think she was just stupid just saying shit. But she gonna talk about her B. Taylor experience, and I think she experienced something for the first time, and it enlightened her to something. But it could be one or two. She could be just scamming right now. It's like, yeah, I done burned that bridge. That ain't gonna work. So now let me go ahead and try to see if I can say something else. But it's very telling when you have some people out here. It'll be like a Cynthia G. You know, she's talking about delete all black male babies and stuff. And then she was like, yeah, we need to protect these black male babies. It's like, what? How you go from over there to now you want to be the head over here? I don't know. It could be scamming. I ain't gonna lie. Marcus said exactly, Alexis. She can't be trusted. You
can't trust. I'm telling you, man. And it's
scary.
She
and
is.
You know, the reason I say it's scary is because I know there are people that will trust her and still listen to her. And that is the scariest part to me. But I'm gonna let her keep going though, because she gotta. I want to know what made her start to change her mind. Let's find out what really got her to start changing her mind.
But, you know, for me, it's about the truth. This is not me taking sides, because I believe that the world is in shambles. I believe that the communities are jacked up. I believe that, and all of this has to do with human behavior and how the sexes relate to each other and how the sexes relate to the planet. So it's not all on men. Men have their things that's wrong with them.
For sure.
I spoke about that.
But the question I was going to say is that with men, right, I feel like as a man, we're held accountable at almost every turn, right? Your mama holds you accountable. Your friends hold you accountable. Everybody kind of holds you accountable. Do you see the same type of path for women?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
I think women are allowed to be, they're allowed to be delusional. They're allowed to not be disciplined. See, give you an example. If a boy child is crying and a girl child is crying, if he fell and she fell, they're going to look at him and be like, boys don't cry, this, that, and the other one. And they'll just look at her. That's what girls do. They're just emotional.
Well, man, I don't know. He fixed that. I was like, oh. Then I read the second part. I was like, I got you. Yeah, bitches are. Yeah, bitches. There's levels to this shit. Because I say women, like, he goes, you know how when it comes to men, say there's men and there's boys. Just because you're a certain age don't make you a man. Because there's women and there's bitches. Women get respect, bitches don't. This is how it work out. Like, I don't know how to tell you that. And then Marcus said, how can, shout out to Anunnaki too again. How can you listen to someone that hates men but now wants to say that what men have been saying for years in this space? I can't even hold you on that one, Marcus. Look, we're going to hear the contradiction. We're going to hear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pause.
Let them cry. Let them do this. Well, that's bad. Because as girls grow older, they never know how to control and govern their emotions. They're allowed to allow any emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, no matter what, they're allowed to express it however they want to express it. I've also come to the conclusion that
I'm pausing. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pause that much, Alexis. But ain't she the one that said men are emotionally intelligent? I mean, not emotionally intelligent.
Something like that, but she was saying they're emotionally unintelligent, I guess, in a way, yeah. But like, she said, man, I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I don't like this scammer shit, because she's all she is doing is regurgitating everything that people have said before. She's not saying nothing new at all. She's not saying nothing new at all. But this is that scammer shit. they talk with so much charisma and stuff to where you feel like even though you done heard it 50, 11 times, it sounds brand new. This
I like the way this motherfucker said it.
yeah, like and that's like we understand that, like even in the father sense, like I know fathers that be like they boy fall, they be like, oh get up, boy, you ain't just stop all that crying. They grow up with, oh baby, I got you. Like bitch, you look, sorry. Like you ain't saying nothing different. You just trying to make it seem like you doing something that you just make it. No, you good. I thought maybe he was saying if he probably had what she had said, but yeah, and it's lame. It's lame, and it's that scammer shit, and low key it's that slick, almost like she trying to be on some pimp stuff talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm peeping it. I'm peeping all of it.
You see who done popped his ass up in here? What's up, Uncanny?
Hi guys, it's me. Go Chiefs.
Just cuss him out one time, Alexa. Just cuss him out one time.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. And it's Red Friday. Ain't nobody worried about. we got other fish to fry.
I just wanted to come up and say one thing. I has nothing to do with the topic, but it's just like,
Man, you always
nah. Nope. Knock him down. If it ain't got nothing to do with the topic, we ain't got time for that.
You say that shit for later, Uncanny.
For later, another show. It's the Friday night show. This is what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like this. That's it. Look, we need you to focus. Focus.
I'm focusing.
Stay focused. We calling out these frauds on the internet tonight. So give me some thoughts on the fraud.
Is she a stud?
I guess you could consider that.
Okay, so she's the girl that went viral because she was talking about women and something about like how women are.
Well, we're going over the video. Like,
You working tonight, man? You got to work tonight? I can't hear you, Uncanny.
Yes.
All right, here you go. Check this. Just keep watching. Because you're going to get a quick update. Because I don't think you got to see the videos when I first was covering this lady. But there's an enlightening happening tonight. And this is her most recent video after her big controversy. And a lot of people, I don't know if she disappeared from social media for a while. So this is her first time coming back doing an interview. Just watch this. And we're not talking about football tonight. We can do that in the back chat later. You know, T. Keenan around here, baby. There you go. I'm going to go back to it. And Marcus, keep your eyes on the Marcus. 4 people watching over on Let's, I don't know which one that is. Over on Let's Talk. But got a few people watching over on JVJ Network. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe for your boy, as usual. And he also said, let's be respectful tonight. We're going to be respectful to everybody besides Princella. And Anunnaki said, you are correct, Alexis. And because women understand men are built rigid and endure life challenges, and we bottle our emotions. Bitches on the other hand, all they do is complain and bark. And then Marcus also said, like and subscribe. Make sure y'all do that. And remember, we're establishing that women and bitches are 2 different things.
That's right.
Hey, I gotta put it in there because I know you ain't got no respect for him like that. But hey, Deacon Hove said, you know, women get respect, bees get what they deserve. Women work hard, these type of bees work your nerve.
All right, now the man said something that kind of rhymes.
I don't want to say this joke because they said it about me.
It sounds like you about to say it.
Right.
I don't want to say it because it's mean.
What's the joke? Go ahead and get it off the chest.
Well, people, sometimes when they make fun of me, they say I look like this girl, like what she is.
They say you look like her.
No, they say I look like a stud. Is that true? Do I look like studish?
Come back on camera. Let me see.
Let's move on.
All right, we gonna keep playing the video, y'all. we will check next time you come back on camera, Kenny.
Well, let me back up. Because everybody knows that I date women.
Right.
And when it comes to me speaking about relationship dynamics, a lot of the rebuttals always say, well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence. They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman. They're not including the other side of the equation where women are putting their hands on men and men are not calling the cops.
True. Yeah.
Women are very violent. A woman will put her hands on a man. She will hit him, spit in his face, call him all kinds of names, and everything is totally fine. Women are allowed to do this. And nobody should say anything about it. Now, these women they will be in these relationships and they will hit a man and they will take that same behavior and they'll take it to a lesbian relationship. See, it's the same person, same behavior, right? But it's looked at as different because the man is stronger and he's expected to hold himself. But a lot of times in a lot of these relationships, women are extremely narcissistic and violent. And this is what I have discovered as I continue to work with women. And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves. They actually want men to be their personal slaves.
But you did preach that men were slaves in our first interview.
Yes, they are. They are slaves. But who are they slaves to? They're slaves to corporations, right? They're slaves to the military. They're slaves in everything that they do. Their whole purpose was for them to work for somebody. And that's what you see. The man then is a slave to his sex drive. And by a man being a slave to his sex drive, he turns around and becomes a slave to a woman who expects him to be a slave to his sex drive and her. So she uses that as a manipulation tool to try to get that man to do whatever she wants him to do. Well, here's the problem. Women don't live in reality. A lot of women are very, very, very delusional. And so they have these ideas about men in their head, what they want these men to be. It's like they got a movie and they have a cast and there's a role for this knight in shining armor that's going to sweep her off her feet and worship her and only her for eternity. His eyes see nobody else but her. His phallus sees nobody else but her.
I'm trying to let
And so she wants that man. She finds a man that she likes. She creates this picture. She's driven by sex and she wants to trap that man to worship her for eternity. And if he does not play to every single thing that she has in her mind, she wants to blow up the world. She wants to set off a detonator to destroy everything around her if things don't go exactly her way. And so what I come to realize is that a lot of men are struggling, trying to placate to the delusions of women. Not only are they struggling trying to placate to the delusions of women, they are still struggling trying to control just their own biological urges and their neurological messages that are going. There's a lot of things that are going on with men, right? And because women ultimately don't care. Women don't care. Women say they like men. Women say they want men. But I've come to discover that women don't like men. And the only reason that they're dealing with men is because they have this addiction to sex and power. And they feel like they can get a man to do what they want them to do and placate to their ego. That's the only reason why they're dealing with him. But if a man starts talking, if he starts expressing himself, women will write it off as mansplaining. They'll write it off as misogyny, all of that, no matter what. So there's a lot of frustration that's going on with men because a male is a male. Everything that I said about males has not changed. That is still the same.
It hasn't changed, right? But
Right.
I do feel like
Nah. Fuck that. I tried to let her get to the point where he spoke. Baby girl. Matter of fact, I'm talking to the lady first. Ladies first, Alexis, go ahead and hit her. Because I already know, look, you was grabbing your head like I was grabbing mine. Like, what the fuck this bitch talking about?
Well, not just off of that, but I was over here blaming you for telling me that we were going to watch this bullshit, and I was so like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up there, you know, with my friend, and we gonna talk about this. And I'm sitting in here like, this is Jay's fault that I'm here. Like she said, you know, I was being a woman, and I was like, this is his fault. This is the man's fault. I was being a woman in this moment, like she said. Like, what in the world? She really thinking like she's saying something. All this stuff you're saying, people have already said. And she acting like she's so smart about it. Nothing. And people, dude called her out on it. Well, last time we was here, you said, oh, well, nothing that I said changed. Then what has changed?
Oh, what yeah. And we gonna get to what actually changed. That's the issue. All the shit that she's saying right now is complete contradiction of what she said before.
Mm-hmm. But no. She said her thoughts ain't changed though. That's what she said. Yeah, nothing changed. What she said.
Yeah, and that's the funniest thing that got me when she said none of my thoughts have changed. But everything that's coming out of your mouth is contradicting what you said before, which would institute a change.
A change. Like, what are we doing? Like, oh man.
This is gonna show a grand point that I be trying to say. A lot of people in this world allow one singular incident, and we can all agree. People can have traumatic things happen to them and it can shape them as a person. But for somebody that built their entire reputation on social media off of dogging dudes out, talking about how this is this and this is that. This lady was the same woman that said that a man should not be in the house with his kids. Let's say like he's married to a woman. He has kids with that woman. He should not be in the same house raising his kids. He should come over and raise his kids.
That's like, but man, oh my goodness, let's watch. Like, I mean, go ahead, just say what you was going to say. It's just like, this is some bullshit. Like, not just like bullshit, but like Bernie Mac bullshit. You know how Bernie Mac, when he be cussing and stuff, like this is the type of bullshit that is. Like, this bullshit got some umph on it.
Yeah, I need to get that clip of him. You nasty bitch. I need to get that
bitch. But he got one. I can't remember what movie it's from. But when he's like, "This is some bullshit," it's just, you know, Bernie Mac just cuss like on a different level.
Yeah, he make you feel that shit.
Yeah, he's Bernie Mac, man, one of the goats.
And look, we had Red up in the building. Shout out to Red Illusion. He said men are expected to be more emotionally intelligent, laughing out loud. Anunnaki said all males in fauna life forms are sexually active, includes insects and arthropods. He also said, she full of horse shit. In my book, I've heard enough from this thingy. And then we got Op up in the building. He said, I would agree with this bitch. Be a if she didn't eat coochie. And then then Anunnaki came back and said, she in it for the money. That's all she care about. Give me. All right. And Op came back and said she agrees with the system to take dad out the house. She does agree with that. And then Anunnaki said Al Sharpton BS.
Yeah, all right, it's definitely on some Al Sharpton or
P.D. Jakes.
Nah. This is on some the way she talk, and this is what I told you. Like, she used to rap too. She has a cadence when she speaks. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I would liken her to the Muslim in the penitentiary. You see, cause the man, if you put the thing and with like that's how you be talking.
That's how look, and I'm surprised she ain't really went hard on that, because that is her number one cadence. She do that shit. Mm-hmm. And but look, I call bullshit on everything.
No. Remember, because she said she ain't changed. Her, like I said, she's still talking with that cadence. You can, I can still see the flow of it, but it's yeah. She done changed up. She done changed up her speech pattern. She done, boy, that pussy must have.
Hey, look, she went from the red team to the blue team. Uncanny. Any thoughts before I keep playing this thing?
All I want to say is she sound like that dude from the movie Don't Be a Menace.
Damn.
Red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish, knick knack, patty back.
All right now. Let's keep going. Look at Legs over there cheating. She got the best smile on YouTube. See, Red said, lesbians realize women ain't shit and decide to jump ship. Look, that's gonna be my biggest thing, y'all. The contradiction. You can't plant your flag on one side and go hard as fuck and then expect. It's like, here. It's like we do relationship type shit. Like black people. You can't, me as a black man, I can't get with no white woman, turn around and dog out black women, break up with the white girl, and then come back to the cookout thing the sisters want to see me there. And they like, look, they gonna hit me with one thing and one thing only.
You need to leave.
They gonna hit me with it as soon as I walk in the goddamn door. I need to get my ass out of here. Yeah, hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, we covered that Umar video last night, and I ain't gonna lie, he need to leave too. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I don't want to hear nothing from that motherfucker. But you know, it is what it is. I've said, she that Muslim off, don't be a menace. Red, blue fish. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, I guess he was repeating what you said, Uncanny. And then say, Naki said, I'm lesbian too. All right, now, man, do what you want to do. Hey, what makes you happy, man? Just, you know, yeah, all that. And then Red said, studs are low-key DTF, and they usually tighter. Damn. Okay, we're not dealing with that stuff tonight. Let's keep going, man. Y'all over here getting me now.
Like, men will definitely receive this version way better because now it's like you're actually saying a lot of the things that men have been saying. Like,
ooh,
the accountability piece, the you know, like
this version.
Yeah, this version.
Look, we go door to door. We got the new vacuum sucker 2000. Oh, that one messed up last year. Oh, we got the new vacuum 2000.5 now.
Real shit.
Can I ask a question?
Hit me with it.
Y'all probably not gonna know the answer, but do you think she used a rose?
Say it again.
Do you think she uses a rose?
A rose?
Yeah.
Like the flower, a rose?
It's a toy. It's a toy.
That's what I was trying to figure out. He talking about that thing that spin like that, and they got the little thing to do that thing, that type of thing.
Yeah, cause she like off men now, so I was wondering if like she switched back.
Why not? She got a girlfriend, I think. She gonna talk about that actually coming up. But I wouldn't care whether she used anything, to be honest with you. See, I've said she walk around with the fake stick, Uncanny. All right. Just roll with what I've just said.
I feel like because men don't want to get killed, they don't even speak on it. Like it's almost like an unwritten rule. A man will walk in and be like, you know what I'm saying? But they won't speak on it because they get killed online. They get called sassy. They get called whatever. And so you have now stepped into this role, and we're sitting back like, go ahead. We rooting you on now because now you have taken on the role to, like you're saying, kind of like the Kevin Samuels was quote unquote trying to get them to see what we see, but we just can't express because we get killed for it.
And it's not only that y'all get killed for it, it's really because males have communication barriers. Your brains are not wired the same. You don't have the same capabilities as women. So you all's communication abilities are not nearly as strong as women. So y'all don't even really know how to convey to a woman to a way that she will really understand what you're going through. She can't see it, and y'all don't know how to explain it. The thing with me is I can see both.
Nah, fuck that. I'm sorry. Fuck that. Men know how to express how they feel about things. The issue is exactly what the interviewer just said to you. Men don't say shit because they get killed for it when they say shit to you. And then you say, well, no, y'all just don't know how to say it the way we want to hear it, pretty much. That's what she pretty much said.
Which is a personal problem. Me not saying it the way that you want to hear it is a you issue, not a me issue.
Yeah, that's on that side of the field, not over here. So I'm like, lady, like I want to see the spin because I don't know what side she on right now. She about to end up in, you got the men over here, you got the women over here. She about to end up in the middle way, ain't nobody over there with her. That's what she about to end up at because you can't build a platform and be known for who you known for. Like, how you the queen maker and the queen ain't got no king? That's your whole bit. You're the queen maker. But you ain't trying to get women with men. But now you done switch it up and it's like, now you want to talk about, okay, now I see the dark side of women. Ain't you been a woman your whole life?
Your whole fucking...
I'm just saying, man, I don't want to be an asshole, but I'm like, look, lady, I'll tell you ahead of time. Before this video, before we even started it, I didn't have no respect for her. And honestly, I think that I'm going to have less respect for her after the fact. He talking about the men are going to come on your side and root for you. Who? The dummies?
Mm-hmm, exactly. And her being a proficient scammer, she knows this. You
don't get these people that just blindly just follow shit. And we got a lot of blind ass followers out here, man. We got a lot of sheep. But like, lady, I can't get jiggy with this shit right now. You sounding crazy. Men know how to communicate. Men know how to communicate just like women know how to communicate. The problem is, go ahead, hit me with it, Uncanny.
Before I go, do you think she like pretends to moan and feel it when she uses her dragon thing?
Bye, Uncanny.
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
Okay, bye. I'm sorry.
I'll see you later, Uncanny, man. Come back with some better shit. Terrible, y'all. Here we go. We're going to keep going because me and Alexis here to break this shit the fuck down. We doing the psychoanalysis of this lady right now. And it's about to get even worse. Red, let me see you in the back. Come on, show me that pasty face, man. Let me see it. All right, that's close enough. It was pretty dark. I guess you can't see white people in the dark either. But Red, give me your thoughts so fast. Look, Alexis, don't be laughing. I'm just being this. You can't really see nobody in the dark, but you know that's a joke with black people. I can't see him unless he smiles. But either way, though. Red, give me your thoughts real quick, like before I keep playing this shit, because you was here when I covered this lady before.
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that, but what I've heard so far is, it's pretty run of the mill. I mean, kind of sounds like what we were saying. I mean, guys like us were saying 10, 20 years ago.
And it's just repeating old dead horse shit. But either way, though, look, check this. We got to figure out, and this is what I want a lot of people to focus on. We're going to get to that point. What was the singular point to cause her to have this epiphany?
She had to pull a hoe. She had to pull a go. She had to pull a girl. So, and this happens with straight women too. If you ever find a couple that wants to have a threesome, usually the girl will go out there and try to look for a potential threesome partner. And doing that, she realizes how miserable it is to try to meet women and talk to them and approach them. And I think that's what she experienced.
Well, here go check this. I'm gonna tell you this. She been studying for a long time. She been lesbianing it up for a long time. Like when she got on YouTube and started talking, she was dealing with nothing but women. That was one of the attacks that people had for her. They was like, oh, she just saying all this shit so she can steal all the bitches from us. That's what I've heard other content creators critique her. And it's like, yeah,
and that might be true. That might be true, but at a certain point, she could have gotten pretty frustrated.
We gonna find out what that nexus is.
Look, can I say this? In my younger days, I did date women, and I don't know what the fuck she talking about. Like, I ain't had no issues when I ain't had no issues, but at the same time, I was honest and straightforward because I knew women because I was a woman. I am a woman, but I'm talking in pretense at that time. Like I didn't have any issues. It wasn't no. I ain't had no stupid shit.
Well,
Like,
that points out another contradiction because all these girls, they say they want to wait till the third date. They you know, you got to spend this much money before we sleep together. Meanwhile, if you ever see two relationships or two lesbians get into a relationship, dude, they're fucking within like 30 minutes. And on the seventh day, they're in like a domestic abuse situation. It goes very fast.
I ain't gonna say they was fucking because
I
technically
ain't
I
gonna say
think
all that, but also it also depends on the person, period. But I didn't have. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have those situations like
you
that.
ain't had them issues. You should say I ain't had them problems.
Like, yeah, and I think, and she's a stud, and she's been dating women all these long, and you having these problems, that's a you problem. Like, if you've been playing basketball this long and you realize finally that you just can't shoot, that's a you problem. It ain't that you just finally came across and saw all this type of stuff. Like, man, stop. You trying too hard to try to make something seem out. You know, she's trying too hard.
You know how they say the force is strong in this one? You heard that from that Star Wars thing? The cap is strong in this one right here. The cap is really strong in this one. But here, check this. We all here. I'm gonna let her keep talking because we gonna find out what was that thing that ticked her off that made her change her tune. Because this ain't a normal switch.
A woman lied about her.
Yeah, look, most of the time people gradually, slowly but surely change. Over time, you learn more information and stuff. You don't do a dramatic switch. It ain't just one day I don't like these type of people, and then next day I don't love them. It don't work.
Well, sometimes it's like the straw that broke the camel's back.
There you go. There you go. Look, Red, this ain't gonna lie. This is a little dramatic, man. It's like super hard, but I'm gonna let it keep running because we're gonna be here for a while tonight. I got time. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. We're gonna work this shit out because she ain't even got to it yet. But let's go ahead and keep rolling.
Side. See, I'm not on men's side and I'm not on women's side. I'm on the truth side. And I can see men and I can see women. And because women have the womb and women are the mothers and they are the first teacher of the child. The fact of the matter is that the majority of the weight does lie on women. Women just don't realize it because women think that they're the same as men. Now, men know because you all don't have the power that women have. And so it comes to a place where people are blinded by their privilege. Privileged people don't know that they have privileges. So the people who don't have the power that other people have, they can feel the effects. They know the differences. So women are completely blinded by the privileges they have. They're completely blinded by the power they have. And the issue comes down to women truly believe, males and females actually think alike, but in different ways. So I'll give it to you like this. So I majored in cell and molecular biology, and one of my classes was physics. And we went over Newton's laws of motion. And we all know that the third law of motion is for every reaction, there's an opposite equal reaction, right?
Right.
So the way my physics teacher broke it down, he actually made it a little bit more detailed. And he said, if body A imposes a force on body B imposes a force on body A that is equal in magnitude, but opposite in direction. So in other words, when two things clash, hit head on, the force is equal, it's the same. And it moves backwards in the opposite direction at the same magnitude. So if it travels 10 feet to the left, it's also going to travel 10 feet to the right. So what's happening with men and women are just like these vehicles. They're clashing. They're doing the exact same things to each other, and they don't realize it. Both the male and female, they approach relationships with a slave and slave owner mentality. So women actually believe that men were created to serve them. Women believe that men were put on this planet to serve and worship them and work for them. Women believe that a man is to go to work and work his fingers to the bone until he dies so that she can have a soft life and just ride easy. Women really believe that.
But not only do they believe it, the men work towards that though.
And that
You was promoting that shit. She said that men were supposed to be slaves to women. Women run shit. Look, I'm gonna cut the bullshit out because I like a lot of people. If y'all don't know, and I even called this lady show. I talked to her. I had a personal conversation with her on her show. She kicked me off because I was like, you know what you're talking about is full of shit saying it. But either way though, I'm gonna show y'all some of the stuff she used to say because this makes absolutely no goddamn sense, and she full of shit.
Yeah, that's what I need to see.
Yeah, this her old shit right here. Check this out.
The male has to lie to women. It's not even a question if he's gonna lie. He has to lie, and he'll try 15 different hats to figure out which one will get the woman interested in him, because he can't show his true self, because if he show his true self, she ain't gonna like him. And so if a woman speaks about the nature of a male, mirror is actually being put in his face and he hate what he sees, which is the reason why he has to lie. Because a person who love themselves and they love what they see in the mirror, they want to live in that truth and present themselves however they come. You accept me or you don't accept me. The male cannot do that because he needs the woman's validation so bad, because a male ain't no top dog of other men if he ain't got a bunch of women. If you don't got a bunch of women, then what are you really? That's really the male's reality.
Keep going.
The men are so empty on the inside. They are battling so much, and most people do not understand what men battle. A male will get out here and say a man's life is so much harder than a woman's, but they don't have the ability to convey to you why their life is so hard. They just don't. They don't have the words. They don't have the ability to explain how they feeling on the inside. They just don't. So you have to have a skill level that can really, really get down into the mind of a male and what he's really going through. And then on the inside, just dealing with testosterone and their impediments in their brain, they still have to try to control themselves, right? They have to live up to society's expectations, which is too much because the male is not capable of doing all of this. Because everybody's like, you're made in the image of God, you're the leader, you're the head of the household, all of this, which makes the male crumble on the inside. Men are so, the most common lie.
What the fuck?
Not even a lie. It's a question. What you like in a man. You tell him all of the information that will allow him to manipulate and play you, because the lie is what you want as an individual. So every woman has a variation of, because no two people are alike, right? So every woman might like something different, right? A dude come and ask you what you like, and then you give him the combination to you, you the fool, because that's the lie. He'll pretend, he'll put that uniform on. So that's the most common lie, a question. What I was attracted to in men was this idea that they were these great leaders, right? I like people like General Patton. I like well put together,
okay, based,
well disciplined, right? But not only discipline, you got to have some humanity about yourself, right? You got to be about equity. The male is just not that. General Patton and people like that, they are exceptions to the rule. The average male is nowhere near the exception to the rule, and I just can't get with it. I can't get with somebody who's so weak that he's intimidated by my power. You're intimidated by my work ethic. You're intimidated by my intelligence, and I have to come down to stroke your ego. I don't like that. I need somebody that can stand on their own and who is totally independent and secure within themselves. Most males are not that, and I ain't got time for it. What I was attracted, you cannot talk about an effect without talking about the cause. A male worship is phallic worship, and this system teaches hatred towards the feminine and praise and worship towards the masculine. So with that as the core program, you cannot get a woman who sees value in a woman as a friend. She will choose a male over her daughters. She will choose a male over her female friends because of phallic worship, right? When you remove everything and show women who males are and show women who women truly are as the true divine source, their outlook on women changes. You have to deprogram women from phallic worship. So we can never talk about the effect without first looking at the cause. And it will all point back to society's philosophies that dominate people's behavior patterns.
Jesus Christ. Well, she obviously doesn't know anything about phallic worship. I've studied that throughout several different mythologies. Just because different ancient civilizations worshipped phallic symbols doesn't mean we treat men better today. Look at society today. We worship women, not men. She's the only one worshiping a phallus because she literally has plastic and glass phalluses sitting on her dresser right now.
Look, I just wanted to give a quick let you see what she used to talk about. Because now this is the 180. This is the 180, this is the 360, whatever you want to call it. She done turned the cup upside down now. This lady was sitting around saying some of the craziest shit. And now she's acting like she has some type of enlightenment. That's changed her perspective. But
I think now that you showed me this, I think it's clout. I think she just wants clout and she's saying whatever.
Majority of the time, a lot of this shit is for attention. Hurricane up in the building. Shout out Hurricane. Said this bitch just told me I'm not an emotionally intelligent. Fuck her. Laughing out loud. Red, I saw your comments, but you on the panel, so I ain't gonna read them.
Hey, Hurricane is very emotionally intelligent. He be posting about Buddhism and shit.
Hell yeah, I see man, Hurricane be on it, y'all. Fucking and now that I'm subscribed, I get to see all the shit. See, Op said if a woman would choose a man over her friends, then why men complain about a bitch listening to her friends over her man? That's a good contradiction right there, because a lot of people do talk about that. And I'm reading Hurricane last time. He said, she look like she know how to play basketball better than me.
Perfect jump shot.
All right, look, I'm gonna let it keep going, but I wanted y'all to get a gist for the people that didn't know who she is. I did a video on her where she was having a debate with Charleston White, and he kept hitting it with it. You listening to a woman that ain't got a man? He kept hitting that point on it. She talking all this shit about what men are and this and that. But she a woman without a man. How do you know this? But now she seems to want to flip her script. So I'm gonna let her keep going, man, because I want to get to that nexus. That's one thing I told y'all. I'm waiting on that nexus. I want to see what changed her mind. What truly changed her mind.
That's where men are frustrated at. And the reason why they're frustrated is because men are ruled by their sex drive. A lot of women don't understand that sex is a real need for men, to the point where women think that men just want sex all the time. They don't understand that a lot of times it's more of a need as opposed to a want. So men find themselves unconsciously chasing women, and they feel like they're being punished for chasing these women, and they are being taxed for their biology. Men feel like they are being taxed for their biology. So women realize this. So this is where the men who might have access to women, this is where they start calling these men simps, because they are led by their biology and they start to placate to the delusions of the woman and her power-hungry self. And so when a man falls for that, other men don't respect that, because it's like you not being a man and having self-control, you letting this woman manipulate your biology for that. See, this is where the conflict come in.
Right.
Right? So this, all I do is like, this is my thing. I really sit down here and analyze and understand what's going on. Women don't understand the male world at all. So for me, I'm just a conduit. I can communicate the male issues to women who actually want to be better people.
Can we talk about, let's say, the top 3 male issues that you have to usually communicate to women?
Lord have mercy. The number one thing is the stress that men have to deal with in the world that is not the same as women. Okay, because women really have it in their mind that men are not being trained. They're just not being taught how to communicate. They're not being taught how to feel. Women really think that this is an educational difference between men and women as opposed to a neurological and biological difference. They don't understand that. So they don't understand that the male has a threshold of what he can handle and what he cannot handle. So women don't understand that they're placing an enormous amount of pressure and weight on men that exceed the capabilities of males by nature, which is part of the reason why so many males fail, because by nature, males are not social creatures. The male's nature is designed in the wild to spend all his time and energy trying to build himself up to be a competitor against other men, to conquer them, to win the reward of being able to pass his genes along. And as a result of that, the male is not wired to be a caretaker. He is not wired to be quote unquote social and family oriented. He's not wired to be monogamous. So you now take this person out of a individual where he has to be really solo. You take him out of a solo, one man, every man for himself environment, and put him in a social system, and now tell him to do everything that goes against how he's wired. From thoughts, behaviors, sex, everything. It all goes against the male's nature. And then the women, because women hate self, I figured out women hate themselves and they hate other women. So because of that, because women do not have camaraderie amongst themselves, they have no loyalty amongst themselves, and they have no support amongst themselves, they have abandoned their relationships with their true supporters that could help them in child rearing and everything. And they look to men to replace women and take on the duties of women. That's what they're doing. And so they're trying to put so much weight on men being caretakers, helpers in the house, making all this money, competing with other men. But it's messed up because women also inhibit male development by coddling males too much, stepping in and handling conflict for males to the point where they can't integrate socially, they can't be competitors. So the male is really hindered. Then when he gets into a relationship, he's not been able to juggle all of this stuff. And since the women are narcissistic and don't know anything about males, the woman is only caring about what's good for her, what she wants. He's not doing what she wants him to do, so he's failing. Right? Yeah. So this is where all the conflict comes in. And the men are not going to be the ones to change this. It's going to be the women to change it, because the male can only do so much. He has a threshold. And this is the part that women don't understand, which is the reason why I started this educational process with learning men.
Well, do you also, because I can see the value of you actually mentoring the men about women. Do you happen to do that?
Yes, if they ask.
Got you, okay.
Because you got to understand, men don't respect women. Let's just keep it a book, right? Men do not respect women. They don't respect the intelligence of women. And I understand to a degree, because women are very, very delusional and they don't know anything. You can take a woman with a PhD. She can have a medical degree. She can have money in the bank. But this woman is totally ignorant when it comes to relations. Played, she will fall to her emotions and still not be able to see anything clearly. And knowing that women do not understand males and what makes a male, she can't have any logical or rational feedback that can actually help a male on anything really in his life. So this is why men ultimately don't respect women, because they know that women don't know anything about them. And then on top of that, because women make terrible decisions when it comes to sex and things like that, the men can't trust them there, right? It makes sense. And then on top of that, if a man wants to knock you down and just smash you, he ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say anyway. So there's 3 layers of why men ain't listening to women. So I don't talk to men. I don't teach men nothing unless they genuinely want my help. Otherwise, I don't got nothing to say to them, really. Right.
I was gonna say this. I feel like some bag there to be made. I'll be honest with you. But I gotta ask you this, right? What do you see as the biggest misconception society has?
What the fuck did she just say? Anybody?
A whole lot of nothing.
I heard her contradict herself at least 3 times.
A whole lot of nothing. Like I said.
First off, if men don't respect women, why the fuck would they listen to you? And majority of the men that actually have conversations with you have an adversarial conversation with you to push back on the shit that comes out of your mouth. This guy interviewing you, he just wants you to talk because it's good for the video. He not truly agreeing with your ass. He wants you to keep going, say some more shit. But lady, every man that you have ran across has been in opposition to everything that you that comes out of your mouth. And you keep saying that men don't understand women, but then you say women don't understand men, but men are supposed to be slaves, but men ain't slaves. Like, what are you talking about? I don't even think she know how to do a full 180. Because that's what she's doing right now. She's trying to do it, but I don't think she knows exactly what the fuck she's trying to do, or at least how to do it. If you knew all of this stuff about young boys and men growing up, that they have all this pressure on them, why the fuck would you come out and talk shit about the men? Why would you build a whole platform where you almost got 100,000 subscribers, dogging dudes out if you understand the struggle that they go through? How could you do that?
What does she do? Is she a rapper or something?
She does YouTube, social media, content creation. She like Cynthia G.
So she just
used to be like
sits
Cynthia
around and talks.
Yeah, go do interviews and get on panels and shit like that. I'm surprised you don't remember. The sad part, the video is probably still up on the network when I went over there when we talked about it before. This lady.
So she doesn't, like, what gives her the right to, like, has she encountered like hundreds of men? Does she know all these men, like, to speak for men?
No. She has a baby by a man that she says they have a good relationship, but men ain't shit. And
so she's a lesbian with a baby daddy. Well, that just paint a picture for you?
Well, it was her husband, so
that makes it even worse.
I'm just saying,
right?
You know,
So I don't. What the fuck is she doing?
Yeah, she get the title. She get the title. At least she was married.
Yeah, like I want to throw that out there. I honestly don't believe any woman that once you've had dick, you a lesbian. You always.
Listen, I think her husband. I think her husband is to blame for all of this because her husband should have, kept her around and had additional women come in, because obviously she'd be cool with that because she likes women too.
I probably wouldn't have. I don't even know who divorced who. I'm pretty sure she probably divorced him, but I don't know about that one. I don't think he should have kept that around himself. This is a very
well, regardless, I mean, you married a man, had a child with him, divorced him. Now you're fucking other women. Now you feel like you can speak for men because why? Because you met a shitty man.
Mm-hmm. All it takes is one. But anyway, we skipping ahead though, because we got to get to the next one. She talking about a whole bunch of fucking nothing. I see y'all comments in the chat, man. We got to get through this shit right here because this makes absolutely no fucking sense. But any final thoughts for either one of y'all before I click play?
Nah, me personally, I just want to hear the rest of this.
Yeah, because this is pretty interesting.
So speaking of all that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, and you can stop me if you don't want to touch on it, but it's on YouTube. So
oh yeah, no, I know you was gonna ask.
Yeah.
I was waiting on it. I was waiting. I was like, damn, is he gonna ask me? I'm waiting.
But because you're so knowledgeable. I just be wanting to pick your brain on stuff. But we have was it Baylor TV or
you ain't got to say her name, but you mess it up and good. You mess it up.
Yeah. Quote unquote your ex.
Yeah.
She threw shots at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She basically said you groomed her into a relationship, which is the wildest shit I've ever heard. How do you groom somebody into a relationship? But anyway, and she basically threw just a lot of different accusations at you. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying you're a fraud. And things like that. So what do you have to say about the quote unquote you're a fraud? Because I did start seeing people start commenting, oh, I watched this video and I don't look at her the same. I've seen people actually react to that. And again, me and you talked off camera and we said, it's never about the truth anymore. It's about who can tell the best story. And sometimes the people that can tell the best story can actually control the minds of the people,
Correct.
which then will have the people turning on you.
Mhm.
And you know, we're public figures, right? You're out here, you're doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? You're preaching your message, and then something like this hits you. Number one, are you okay? Like when things go public about something so intimate, you know, we wear it, you know how it goes, we wear it, but that shit does hurt. Like somebody that you actually fuck with, somebody that you actually pour time and energy into to go online and make accusations, that hurts.
It hurts. So here's the thing. See, she didn't like the fact that I'm not as emotional as her. Her whole goal was to try to hurt me however she could. So she was the type of person that I just could not mentally handle. I couldn't mentally withstand the stuff that she was putting me through. So I actually broke up with her in January, right? And so we had been broken up for 4 months, but I'm the type of person that's like, we can remain friends. We don't have to be together. It don't have to be no beef, because I ain't never done nothing to you. I ain't never done nothing but try to be a good friend to you.
Right.
But she was putting me through a lot of hell. She was suicidal. She would always talk about being suicidal, that she had these dark thoughts. She would even tell me that she would see demon faces. Like, she was really going through some mental stuff, right? And she was she was really causing me a lot of pain. And like, I was physically hurting me. I couldn't deal with her. And so I broke up with her in January. And fast forward 4 months later, she thought it was a game, that I would not move on. Well, she found out that I moved on with someone else after 4 months. 4 months after we broke up, I finally moved on. And I'm still with my current girlfriend that I moved on with. When she found out that I actually moved on, I was on a TikTok live talking about my new book that I had just created. She came in the comment section and she started doing some hoorah stuff. And in the comment section, because I was telling the people, I said, y'all might hear that I date women or whatever. You just got to understand, I ain't trying to get with you. I got somebody, I'm cool. And she come in the comment section and she say, yeah, she dating somebody in her book club. So I turn around, I see that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm dating somebody in my book club. My moderator saw her and immediately blocked her because she started crapping the comment section. She calls me while I'm on live and starts screaming and hollering at me. Why you block me? I'm like, my hand ain't even on the camera. I didn't block you. Yes, you did, screaming. And I mean, she's screaming at the top of her lungs. Why would you tell them that you moved on? Why would you tell them? Because, you know why? Because she was a struggling content creator. And so she had a breakup with her baby daddy. Now, so she got 2 different baby daddies, and she ain't with neither one of them, right? And so she broke up online with her second baby daddy. So
that wasn't a red flag for you?
Huh? No.
Okay, this is before.
No, this is what she's doing.
Gotcha.
Right. So because she broke up online, she tells me this, and she sent it to me in a text message. I don't want to look like a fool. I already broke up and had a terrible breakup online. I don't want to look like a fool. So what she was trying to do is make me look bad, right? By trying to make it seem like because she didn't want to now have 2 baby daddies and then be broken up with a woman. She didn't want the public to see that a woman had broke up with her. So what she was trying to do is beat somebody to the punch. And I'm like, I left you alone. I even sent her to her job. I sent her like a bouquet of fruit to say that we don't have to be enemies or nothing. We can be friends. Right. Man, they flipped that to be negative. She's narcissistic and gaslighting. Why would you send her fruit to her job? And so she told me one time, like when I had broke up with her one time before, and then I messed around and we had got back together. But during this little period of time where I had broke up with her, I was on live and doing things, and she gonna tell me, I felt some kind of way because I'm over here hurting and I'm over here crying and you just online smiling like ain't nothing wrong with you. So she didn't like the fact that she couldn't get to me emotionally. So her way of thinking that she was gonna hurt me was to bring my child and smear my child all over the internet to say that I'm abusive. And she did it just because she wanted a response out of me. Yeah. And so she have them calling CPS and bringing CPS to my house on a totally fabricated lie. All because you're mad that I broke up with you and moved on with somebody else, and that I wasn't crying and showing signs of emotional instability. That's what all of that was about. And because women hate each other, see, that situation, by her doing that and me seeing the women rally. That opened my eyes to the wickedness of women.
There it is.
That is what opened my eyes to the wickedness of women. And I said, oh.
This is what men have been saying forever.
So
think we found out what the nexus is. I think we found out. I think she just admitted what the nexus was. So you had a bad relationship with a woman and your whole mind changed?
That's what I said earlier. I said, did a woman lie about her?
So now you see something now that something got done to you.
Yeah, there was some friendly fire.
Interesting. I'm gonna let her keep going.
Women do create stuff and try to destroy a person's life. And if you're seen as the stronger person, women will weaponize their perceived weakness and play the victim. They throw rocks and hide their hand. And that, because I had never done that. So I didn't realize that women ain't like me.
There it is.
I didn't realize that women were not like, now I experienced a lot of the same things that women was experiencing in the hands of men.
Right. But you've never been on the other side.
But I've never been on the other side because I wasn't doing to men what these women be doing.
Right. So just to pause real quick, right? So when men in the past were telling you about something, because I've watched great dads. Mm-hmm. I've watched women get online and say that they weren't great dads and seen people rally behind it. And it's like a total lie. I've seen a lot of wild things that have happened, right? I've seen people get stabbed, shot behind a woman and all kinds of different shit. So when you were on the other side of it, did that then start making you change your philosophy or update it a little bit?
I still didn't change my philosophy because the philosophy is the same. But what I realized is that I already knew women had issues and that they needed to be helped. But I realized how deep the problem really is. I realized, like, let's say this is where women need to go. And this is the absolute bottom that a woman can be at. I thought that women might have been right here. I thought they might have been right here and they just needed some help to get here. But after that, I realized that women down here, instead of me thinking they were here, needing to go here, I see that they're here instead, that they're worse than what I had originally thought.
Right, because I feel like if a man's ugly, he says to himself, well, I got to get money.
Yeah.
Or if a man lacks in something, he knows, it's like he's very self-aware where he has to improve. Mm-hmm. And I can't speak for women, so I don't know what that is, but does that happen for women? Like if you have a deficiency, do they know where they need to
No,
improve?
the women don't know. They're totally oblivious. Now, I've been very successful in getting women to see themselves.
How?
You would literally.
Question, how? If you didn't see it yourself. You out here preaching to the crowd, telling women all these things that they need to know and how they need to move and how these men ain't shit. And you admit yourself you couldn't see it. But somehow people are still supposed to listen to you because you had one experience that enlightened you to change your whole mind. Like you had people that would call into your show and contradict everything that came out of your mouth. And you just said, yeah, that's another male that don't know how to express his emotions. That's another male.
Hey, Jay, I got a perfect analogy for you. You know how I always say I'm pro cop, even though I'm not. But let's imagine I was pro cop and I was like, the police are never wrong. Always follow the law, right? Mm-hmm. And then one day the cops pulled me out of my car for no reason. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then the next day I'm like, you know what? I just didn't see the problem.
That's why I cover a lot of those cop videos, because a lot of people don't see the problem. But as soon as it happens to them, that's when it seems like people's eyes get awakened once something effed up happens to them.
Well, in her case, she's a woman, so she doesn't know necessarily what she's doing. But at the same time, she's dealing with women, and it's not that, she had this epiphany overnight. I agree with you. It's that, well, now that it's harming her and it's coming after her reputation, it needs to be called out.
And that's a big issue, because it's like, how many people get ruined in the path of you saying your bullshit to completely do a 180 after that same shit that all these people been advocating against, that you've been telling them they stupid and they don't know how to act like a man, you know how to be a man, a woman's guy, all this woo stuff. Once it happens to you, now you want to. I don't get how people can trust people like this or follow people like this, because I'm like,
I don't even know this woman. Who follows her?
Oh man, she got a lot of people that follow her. Alexis, tell that man he don't know who she is.
What is she just like? Because she's talking about like phallic worship. Is she like some spiritual person?
Wow, she's the queen maker. that's her self proclaimed.
Not with that hair.
Queen maker. She the queen maker, man. That's what she called herself. Princella.
Is there a queen that she has made?
Yeah, she said in the beginning of this live stream, she said she made a whole lot of them. I'm like,
no, I'd like to see them. Send them my way.
Well, I want to. They couldn't be sent your way. Supposedly, hell, you can't be a queen without a king. That's number one. So that's what.
So you can't be a queen maker unless you're a king maker.
True that. They kind of contradict each other, but she be on her thing. And see, Op said B Taylor got over 100K followers. How was she struggling? She said, you got pee stains in your bed, bitch, and you went back. And y'all just said, hold up, bitch, you blame me because they treat you like shit. You said this. Yeah, she said a whole lot of shit.
Dude, 100K followers is crazy.
So not this lady. The one she was dealing with that she talking about right now, which is I'm gonna let her keep talking about it. Alexis, you still there?
Oh, the other person had 100K followers?
Yeah, this lady, she ain't hit 100 yet.
Oh, so this is a incestuous clout chasing scheme.
She right now I think she's sitting at 95,000. 95.
It's that glass ceiling.
Yeah, man, she might be stuck right now for a little bit. Ain't no telling. But I'm gonna let her keep going, man, because this relationship that she had with this woman publicly all over the internet, flaunting it and stuff. This lady came out and did a video on her. I'm surprised you don't remember this. She came out and did a video on her and talked about how she was just a terrible person.
No,
Like,
I don't remember this. What is she? Was she more like feminine than her? Obviously.
Yeah, the other girl was the feminine girl. She's the stud girl right here.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you can tell by the way she dressed. But I'm gonna let her keep going because she gonna go in depth on it. You gonna get for what you don't know. She gonna explain it. Check it out.
You have to watch my interaction with them because I do TikTok live,
Right.
and this is where I can really interact with women. And there's a show, okay? You can hear it because I did some call-ins. I did a show called A Wife Equals a Hoe, Pimps Up, Hoes Down on my YouTube channel. And I showed women that you might be a wife, but you got the mind of a hoe. All women are whores here. And I took a 1984 documentary of a pimp with some hoes that work on the blade. And it was a 27-minute documentary. And we analyzed that, and I say, now tell me, what's the difference between the mentality of a wife and a hoe? It's identical. I mean, it's identical. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I mean, the quote unquote bottom bitch was taking family pictures with the pimp. Like, you wouldn't have been able to tell that this wasn't a hoe working the blade. I mean, they sitting around in the family circle.
Yes, you would.
Presents and taking the baby to christening. I mean,
the bottom bitch had the nicest clothes.
Mentality. I was able to get women to see all of their screwed up mentality. And a lot of women was calling, damn, I was a hoe. I was fucking up. Damn, I was a narcissist. I was abusive in my relationship. I can get women to it. I can get women to see themselves in a way that can't nobody else do it. Not a relation, not none of these feminine coaches,
you can't get
not
them
none
to
of these
change.
gurus. I got a way of being able to communicate to women, and I can do that and make women come to the conclusion that I was wrong. I was wrong. Oh man, I see where I fucked up my relationship. I can get women to do that. Who can get a woman to say I was wrong? Right?
But do they change?
So, because at the end of the day, I think as humans, we are very destructive as humans. We tearing up the planet. We tearing up the world. Humans are a very destructive species. And we tear up each other. We destroy our children. We destroy our communities. It's like everything we touch as human beings, we destroy.
Shut up.
And so my thing is about getting people to be self-aware. But women have the ability of self-reflectiveness. Men do not have the capabilities that women think they have. Like, it's scientifically proven. Men do not have a strong ability for reflectiveness.
So let me ask you this, right? In the woman on woman dynamic, right? Because
Yes.
we're speaking, because even when I looked at that dynamic, it almost felt like you were the man in this situation. She was the woman, because the way that it played out on the internet, it was like stuff that she was accusing you for was like, yo, this is just her trying to show her appreciation. She's doing this and you're taking it this way and you're flipping it, right?
Yeah.
So when you experience something like that, right? Men, when they're pouring their heart out to a woman and it doesn't work out, they might go one of two ways. They might go full savage and don't trust nobody, or they might just say, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna just keep being me. When you experience that, right, which direction did you end up?
I'm gonna keep being me, but I evolved to, because I've been around men for a long time.
Right.
I hadn't really had, I didn't really grow up just hanging around chicks, girls. So I had a limited experience with women, right? Most of my associates have always been males. I've been in the military 8 years, car sales. Like I played football, I ran track, I played basketball, I was on rifle team. Like, I've been immersed in male dominated things. I've dated men, I've worked with men, and I've been associates with men. Limited contact with women and girls. I can count on one hand how many female friends that I've had. And the female friends that I've had in my life, three of them, just friends. We still close. And these are friends that I had since middle school and high school, right?
Right.
Okay. So everybody else, like, so even when it comes to dating women, not only because I'm dating women, this is really a real new experience being involved with women, whether it's friend or relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm really learning something because even though I'm a woman, right, I don't function and operate like the typical woman.
Right.
But in my
yes,
mind,
you do.
I'm thinking because I'm a woman that we similar, but we're really not, right? And so I started to learn some things with these women that I decided to date. Now, the first two was cool. The first lady that I dated, she was she's an RN and she's Somalian. She was a Scorpio though, and I'm an air sign, and she was real possessive and she was kind of hard headed too. Like, we'll be having a conversation, and it's like she'd be having her own conversation. Like, things will go in one ear and out the other, and she'll be having a conversation that we ain't even talk. We're not talking to each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was the craziest thing, and I realized that wasn't gonna work for me. But we still cool. It wasn't no.
I was about to ask y'all, but I'm gonna let it get to the end of it.
No messed up thing.
Right.
The second woman, she was Mexican Filipino. She was real cool, soft spoken, really, and we still cool now. Wasn't nothing there with us. No issues there with us. It was just that, you know, for me, I guess you can say I have more of a male energy or more of a masculine energy about myself. I'm really adventurous and things like that. For her, you know, she just like her little cats, and she like doing her little makeup and stuff, and she just real calm. Like, it's just like still water. And she had a lot of personal things in her family that she had to go and take care of. So, you know, we still communicate here and there, but it was
masculine.
nothing bad. Her, the internet chick.
Right.
This one was chaotic.
Right.
She made me realize, wow, man, she's the type of person that would make a man say, I'm finna be savage on every female. She that one. She's that one.
If you were to guess a percentage of how many women have ran into that type of woman,
how many men have run into that type?
If you were to take 10 men, how many men do you think have dated that type of woman?
Shit, I'll say 10. I'm gonna say 10.
So do you now kind of understand, like, just
He's
the
right about
perspective on a lot of relationships, or why they don't want to be in them, or why they don't want to?
Well, see, prior to this, I was already talking about this because I was talking about it because if you went back and listen to me at any point, I was always breaking down the male neurology, the male biological.
For sure.
I was always breaking that down.
But I feel like
but you were
right
saying
now,
the total opposite.
men are gonna receive this way better. I don't know what it is. It just seems like you've tailored it more towards or palatable for a man to kind of ingest it and say, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like that's gonna happen with this. Like, the stuff you're saying, you've been saying it, but for whatever reason today, it sounds a lot more lenient on a man to where a man doesn't feel attacked.
Well, because here's the thing.
Address that point. Go ahead, Red, because I know you got some thoughts. And Alexis, I want you to get in on that one too.
What the fuck is the host talking about? Who is the host?
Whoever runs Street and Stars, whatever the name of the channel is.
He's asking her this question like, oh, suddenly this is more palatable to men now. And it's like, no, she's completely contradicting herself. She's completely done a 180, like you said. It's not that it's suddenly more palatable. It's that she experienced firsthand what it's like, and now she wants to empathize with it. And it's also a clout chase. I think all of those are correct in this instance.
I just don't understand. But I guess I'm not meant to understand it. Because I'm not fucking crazy. That makes sense? I don't get half of the none of the shit. Look, when you got somebody like this that builds their entire reputation off of dogging out one group of people, and then they start coming out with the people that they were putting up on a pedestal, and says that, well, that group of people did me wrong, so now my entire psychology has changed. Well, technically, she said her psychology hasn't changed. It's still the same. But the way that she's talking about it would lead you to believe that everything has changed. I can't get behind that. The question is, how many people gonna get behind it? How many you think? You think she gonna lose followers off of this Red?
You know, this is the question, because it all depends on where we go from here. I fear this because this is also happening with white Republican conservative people too. You'll have these girls that come out online and they're like, I'm a traditional woman, I'm a Christian woman, a white woman, and I believe this and that. But at the same time, she's also secretly feminist. And you get these women sneaking in here like, yeah, women are evil. Women do messed up stuff. They are delusional. But they sneak in their own little version of their feminism. And that's what we need to gatekeep against.
Come on. Alexa, you still there? She might be mommying right now.
Nah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Any thoughts before I keep playing this shit? Because she ain't done. That's the funny part.
Nah, I'm really just listening to all of this. It's she really done flipped the script like the brick, boy. I just want to listen. Go ahead.
All right, let's keep going.
Nobody likes to hear the truth about themselves.
That's true.
Women ain't gonna like this, because see, here's the thing: it's three sides to every story. It's his side, her side, and the truth, right? So I'm always looking to.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But when y'all first came to me, right, I was on the first level, because to me this has always been a phase thing.
Gotcha.
It's always been in phases. I'm a woman. I've married a man, I've dated men, I've been around with men, I've worked with men, the whole nine. So my experience with men
sounds like you're a teenager.
As a woman,
if you're going through phases.
Women's empowerment, and I come to some things, enlightenment about the issue, because women have their whole identity wrapped up in men. A woman's identity is centered around a man, and women don't know nothing about men. And I'm about making the planet a better place, okay? Right. And I understand that this all starts with women.
Right.
In order to empower somebody, you have to tell them about the other half of the equation, right? Because in order to get women to make better choices, don't women need to know better? To know better is to do better, right? Ignorance is the root to all evil, right? So I started out teaching about men. It was never, and I've said this even at the beginning of my channel, this ain't something that I just came, I've always said this. This ain't gonna stay talking about men.
Right.
This, I got to talk, I have to tell about men.
Right,
I can't leave them out of the equation, right? But after that's done, we gotta look at the woman now. It was always gonna come to the woman. It was never not, because how can you teach empowerment without accountability and responsibility? There's no possible way that you can do this. Remember, I got commissioned in the military as an officer.
Right.
How can I teach leadership and accountability, leadership and empowerment without accountability? So my goal was never to position women as some type of victim, because I'm a woman and I ain't never been no victim. Yeah, have things happened to me? Yes, but do I have the power to change the course of my life? Yes, right? And if I'm being
Never heard
honest,
that before.
if I knew then what I know now, would half of the stuff that I've been through with men ever even happened? The things that I've been through with men would have never happened had I known then what I know now. And so what I'm saying is that's the same thing about women. Women are inadvertently placing themselves in situations that they don't have to be in.
Makes sense.
Because of ignorance.
Right.
So I started there. And now that I'm speaking about men, everybody wants somebody to take their side.
Right,
so
right.
When men hear me talking about, and they know that what I'm saying is the damn truth, they know it. But because it's the truth, don't nobody want to face the shadow side. Nobody likes to hear the truth about themselves. Now, when this come out, women gonna have a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna call you a pick me.
They gonna call me a pick me. But here's the thing: you can't call me no pick me because I don't want no man. I don't want to be picked by no man. I make my own money. I date a woman. I got a girlfriend. I don't want penis. Right? So my motivation for saying this is not because I want to be picked or applauded by no man. I'm saying it because it's the truth. I'm saying it because it's the truth. And the truth shall set you free. And if we could accept the truth about the differences between men and women, and if we could accept that as humans, we are full-on narcissists. We are full-on people who got God complexes, who believe that the other sex is supposed to serve them as opposed to the planet, as opposed to the creator. We all trying to control each other with sex, money, and materialism to make them bow to our will. That's the truth of what's happening between both sexes. And I don't want to be with either one of them. Most of these women wouldn't even be qualified to be with me. They wouldn't, because I have a standard of behavior.
Join the club.
And it's just some stuff I'm not tolerating. I don't, when I deal with women, I'm not dealing with you because I want sex from you. I'm not a man. I don't have a phallus that needs to get wet. I don't have DNA that I just have to pass along, or I feel like I haven't achieved my life goal and I won't have a legacy. I don't have that. So with a woman, I understand that birds of a feather flock together. Like attracts like, oil and water don't mix. So
she did have that. That's why she has a child.
That's on my wavelength, it would have to be a woman. But I'm not choosing you because I just need to have sex with you. I'm choosing you because I believe that we have a like mind. I believe that we might share similar interests and we might have similar goals. And that I believe that women are the community. While women fighting and competing against each other, it's tearing up the community. It's tearing up the world. So if I'm gonna be with a woman,
I'm stopping
what community?
I'm stopping that right now. Look, I'm gonna show something. I called this bitch one night on her show. All right, on her show, I had a few questions for her. All right, so we're gonna go over that real quick, because all this shit that's coming out of her mouth is straight cap. I don't really care to hear. I don't really care to hear hypocrites, if that makes sense. Now, you remember when Simone Biles was at the Olympics, right? We remember that. Everybody remember Simone Biles at the Olympics? Yeah. She had a little controversy. Her husband was getting bullied and stuff because, he did an interview or whatever. And he was like, I think men are deprived. Women lost their mind. The ones that follow her. She decided she was going to do a full live stream, using the same tropes. That's Simone Biles' husband. Not his name, Simone Biles' husband. And she kept beating down on it. I want you to watch this real quick. I had to call her and have a conversation with her. This is amazing. Well, I think it was. I thought it was pretty funny. Now, remember everything that's been coming out of this lady's mouth, how she's been talking. Listen to how she's talking then. And this is what, let me see. 11 months ago. Let's see what all happened in 11 months.
Beginning of this year.
Yeah. Let's watch how this played out.
Hello?
Princella speaking. Who am I speaking with?
This is Jordan.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm excellent, Jordan. 2 minutes. What you got?
Yeah, I had a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What is a woman's true purpose?
everybody has a different divine purpose, right? So you have a physical body and then you have a spiritual
You're
self,
not
right?
answering the question.
And nobody can tell somebody else what that divine purpose is. What you can see as a woman here, my divine purpose is educating women, right? And sharing my wisdom with them to help them self-develop. That's my divine purpose. But nobody can tell a person what that is. They have to do that on their own or discover that on their own.
Well, see, that's interesting that you say that because I was just watching your video on Simone Biles and her husband, and you said that she wasn't in her true purpose. How would you know that then?
Her true purpose is not catering to a man, right? Because what we were talking about.
You get it, Red?
Her individual true purpose is not catering to a man.
How would she know?
Well, because that's what fits in her ideology here. It's very strange.
I'm just tripping out. I'm like, didn't you just say that nobody can define what somebody's purpose is, but you said somebody isn't living their purpose? How would you know?
Well, she said that because obviously everyone has a sort of individual purpose, but especially when you categorize people into things like gender, there are generalized purposes that we can say we have. But she doesn't want to admit that, so she'll say it's individual on one hand and that we can't define it, and then all of a sudden she can define it.
Yeah. Hang on, let's keep going. I want you to see how she got out. She got a little triggered off this one.
Is the relationship. That relationship is not for her. That relationship is for him. And what she's trying to do for him or try to get out of him is not what she's going to get out of him, like what she think. That don't have nothing to do with purpose. This whole Simone Biles thing was talking about the relationship dynamics between them.
Well, do you think that's a contradiction?
No, it's not a contradiction, right? Because the whole point that we're focusing on is the relationship. People's purposes are not relationships, but people can learn from relationship dynamics. Okay.
What the fuck does that mean?
Let me tell you, my purpose wasn't relationships, but it was relationships with men and experiences with men that led me to discover the truth about how men operate and how they function. So my purpose was not relationships, but it did help me discover what my true purpose is, which is what I'm doing right now.
Do you still believe that men are incapable of love?
Yes, I do. It ain't the belief.
I will let you get it. What you say, Red?
What is that purpose? What is her purpose right now? I wonder what she thinks that is.
I think she's gonna say it. Let's see. I think she might have said it.
Do you still believe that men are incapable of love?
Yes, I do. It ain't the belief. It's a knowing. I know this trigger y'all, and I know.
No, that's not a trigger point. I just had a question off of it.
Yeah, no, it ain't a belief. It's a knowing. Men are not capable of love. Y'all can't do it.
All right. Now, the video I watched, I think you did it like 2-3 days ago. You said you talked to your father the other day.
No, I didn't say I talked to my father the other day.
Well, in the live stream, you said you talked to him. Did your father love you?
No, not based on what love means. Let me ask you this question. Why do you dudes always call to ask people subjective personal questions?
No, it was I'm actually referring to what you said in the live. I actually did a live stream on you tonight, so here's
the thing. I don't really care about y'all doing live streams on me.
What's a subjective personal question?
Your content.
We'll say it again, Red.
What's a subjectively personal question? It sounds like people call in your show and ask you questions, right?
Yeah, and I think she got a little defensive. Like I said, that sounds like you, Jay. It is. It is, Uncanny. That's me. I'm talking to her. But she got a little defensive. I'm gonna keep going though.
Content.
Sir.
And you literally just said that.
Sir, what I'm trying to ask you is, here's the thing.
Yes.
My content is for women. I don't explain nothing to men because y'all have a vested interest in trying to shift something towards y'all. Okay. I do a 7-hour workshop on love, manipulation,
and all of this stuff. Okay. I have a book called The 5 Components of Love. And based on these components, men are incapable of love. I don't care if it's my daddy. I don't care if it's my brother. I don't care about the male. The male is incapable of love, and ain't no personal connection going to shift me to change my point of view on it. Okay.
Sister.
And so,
Well, you could be wrong on it all day.
Sir, I ain't asking you to challenge me on nothing, because I don't care about how y'all feel. I talk to women and I teach women, and I don't have nothing to explain to no male. You can feel what you want to feel, and you can do a million shows on me. It ain't gonna matter. I don't have no explanation for you or no other male. Thank you, sir.
What?
He was mad at me. What's up, Lena?
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm on my Bluetooth, so I know I sound terrible. I don't know, something about her. Like, sometimes she makes sense of some things, I guess, but I feel like it's all an act. You ever feel like she's like trying to cosplay somebody? Like, it's a character. That's not really her. She tries so hard to come off cool, and it's just not it. I can see right through it. This I really don't
But
watch.
you're doing the same thing she's doing.
What do you mean? I see right through her. I know that's not her.
And that's what she's saying she's doing to women.
I don't put it past her. I think so too. Like, you need somebody. I guess maybe I'm more biased.
That's what I said.
Maybe I'm more biased because I felt like, when Cynthia G was gone, this is who they tried to use to replace her. And I'm like, nah, you not it. You not it. But, oh well, maybe I'm biased. She like, oh, men are incapable. That's not true. I think men are capable of love. It's men who get their lives for their friends, their family, their kids.
I kind of agree with her on that. I think men are not capable of the same love that women are.
No, I think they're capable of love.
Love. It's still love. It just might be different, but it's still
love.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a
but it's still love though. It's still love. That's the whole point. That's why I wanted to challenge her on it, because you can't say that a human being. Because first off, this world was built by who, Red?
Yeah, the civilized world, that would be men.
Yeah, and a lot of the luxuries that we have in this world were built and created by majority who? Men or women?
All of them actually. It's not even a majority. It's all of them.
So you don't do things like that. You don't hear. I wouldn't make money to take care of a family if I didn't love my family. I wouldn't jump in front of a fucking bullet if I didn't love my wife. I wouldn't.
Or imagine going to war.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that unless I loved somebody. But this is the same lady that said men are incapable of love, but now she's turning it around and she's trying to make it seem like she understands the struggles of men. She's actually calling women narcissistic because she had one. Remember this, y'all. One bad relationship with a woman.
Oh, wow. I don't think women are narcissistic, and I don't think men are incapable of love. I think men and women love differently or express love differently. Their love languages are different. But I think both men and women are capable of loving the same way. Like you say, men go to work for their children, their family, so do women. Women will give their life for their children, so would men. I see it the same.
You want to know something funny, Lena? And I don't want you to get mad about it. I don't want no lady to get mad about it. This is just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I believe men love more than women do.
I think women love more than men.
Have you ever heard the saying, love is what love does?
Well, yeah. If we're talking about actions, men love way more. And not even on the romantic level. We can get into that. But on the physical level, just look at history. Look at all we have provided. for our women. Even 100 years ago or 10,000 years ago, we were the ones that would die on the ship, and the women and children would get on the lifeboats. You guys wouldn't. You guys would be the last victims of war.
Uncanny said, "Kick Lena off the panel." Lena, I'm sorry, you got to go. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I didn't say that. Hey, okay, you mad at me, baby? I love you. I don't know why you say that.
Hey, uncanny, you got to cash app Jay $5.
There you go. But to your point, Red, and this is why I wish she didn't kick me off. I actually probably could have brought that up. We have a lot of things set in place to protect women and children. If that ain't love, I don't know what it is. Like literally, we glorify a movie called The Titanic of a man not trying to find a wrap or like a piece of wood or something for him to get on. He went out of his way in freezing cold water to get a woman on there, and then he just fell down, and we watched him just slowly.
Well, the real tragedy of that movie, Jay, is that after that woman survived the Titanic, she got married to another dude and had kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing she thought about was that poor dude she fucked on that boat 70 years ago.
Man, we ain't gonna even bring it to the fact that she was cheating on the man that she was engaged to. She met a random ass dude on the boat.
It's no wonder women love
But she didn't want to be with him. She was forced. That's like
no. She saw something better. Well, she saw something she was more sexually attracted to.
Yeah, but she
really it was a Beauty and the Beast tale.
They were forcing her.
Nah, Lena, you got to be real about it. The movie will depict it a certain type of way to make it seem like she was a damsel in distress, and Leonardo DiCaprio came and rescued her from this wicked man that she was with. We don't know if that's a true story.
No,
it's more than likely that dude was a good dude that could have provided for her, and he wasn't an asshole. He only really turned into an asshole when he saw her fucking with Leo.
No, because he was lying about his finance. That's why he went crazy. He was really broke, I think. I don't know, because I didn't like Titanic.
Well, who you think was?
Well, no, you're not. That doesn't make you more loving, and it doesn't make you more romantic. Okay, what do men aspire to? We aspire to become strong knights and rescue the princess. That's what all the movies are about, right? What do women aspire to? 50 Shades of Grey, getting tied up by a billionaire. So, men are capable of loving a McDonald's worker at first sight. You are not.
I think men are
what
actually
do you mean? That's not true. The movie just said it. You contradicted yourself. What do women want?
Lena,
she's left with a poor boy.
Lena, remember, that was just in the moment. I believe that a woman has the capability of getting with a guy and being in that lusting stage and dealing with him for a little bit. Love is really standing the test of time and dealing with shit that you probably really don't want to deal with, doing things that you really don't want to do. Most men will deal with women's bullshit. Who leaves relationships more?
It's like this. When a woman loves a man, she's scratching a lottery ticket, and that's her favorite lottery ticket. But when a man loves a woman, that's his favorite lieutenant in his army.
I'm gonna just put it like this. A man will go get a poor woman and make her a goddamn queen. A queen is not going to get a peasant and making him a king.
She can.
Not necessarily.
It's not even possible.
It is possible.
A queen cannot go marry a goddamn peasant.
When has that happened?
It's never happened. That's why it's not possible.
Actually, it has happened. But when it did happen, it was because the man she married was like a badass warrior that conquered the tribe.
Are you talking about like in Game of Thrones and some shit like that?
Like Odysseus in ancient Greece.
Oh man, yeah. They were lying back in the day about a lot of that shit, man.
Why were they lying?
Yeah, they still do.
I'm just saying. The reason I'm saying
you can example of real, Queen Elizabeth I. She loved her dad and she loved her country. She became a virgin queen. She tried to keep. She was a good queen. She tried to keep England from going into civil war with itself with with religious persecutions, because they were.
Yeah, with the schism and the Irish. Yeah, she was a good queen.
I'm not saying I'm not. That's
She
not
gave
taking
her
nothing away
life for
from
her.
her.
She said,
Look,
"I
that's
gave my body to England," and
Yeah,
she
but
did.
guess what? Guess what, Lena? She was a virgin.
Look, the one thing about that is it's not like the statement that I'm trying to make is not to take away from women because there are a lot of women that love, and I believe a lot of women love. It's not to take away from that. I'm doing a who's in first place, who's in second place. This is at 80%. That's at 70%. I believe truly that men love more than women do because actions speak louder than words. And if we look throughout the history of time, we can see more men loving about the things that they did than women. Now we can disagree. We can agree to disagree on it, but that's just my thought process on it
No,
because I
no, dude,
believe
it's obvious. There are women out there who are average attractiveness. They're like 50-50. They're like a 5 out of 10. And they're getting flowers sent to their door because a man is in love with them. But a 5 out of 10 man isn't getting shit.
the concept of dating anyway shows that a man has to have some type of feelings for a woman. He has to be the one to show his feelings.
Well, no, no. The woman has to show the feelings. The man has to show that he's worth the feelings. So the man has to be lovable. All the woman has to do is end up, I guess, loving him. But why should a woman? Why should a man love a woman because he's lovable?
Well, it's not even y'all using the term lovable. That brings me back to that Disney shit. Lovable. But I get the concept of it. I would use a different word, but I get exactly what you're saying. But in the grand scheme of things, and if you look
No,
at
because
it,
we have to be funny. We have to be charming. We have to be rich. We have to fit all the boxes, right?
you gotta qualify.
But why should I love a woman because I fit her boxes? Why should I love her?
Lena about to let another patient go in the ER. Cardiac arrest. Lena, you at work?
she got a body count.
I want to know what Alexis thinks. Alexis, who do you think is more capable of love, men or women? Because I understand that women are natural nurturers and stuff, and the women do love their kids. But what do you think?
I don't want to put it on a sense of man or woman. I just think that because we are different, how men convey love and show love is simply going to be different from women. It's that.
Well, here, let me switch the question up. Who do you think shows love in the most ways, men or women?
You said what?
Even then, I still don't think it's the most, even on that scale. It's really like men do things differently and how they convey their love. Men are a lot of times more action based, more to the eye. So when they love, it could be in
when you're saying they're more action based, that means they do more things out of love.
No, the reason
this is what I'm saying, what I'm about to say, which is when men love, they do it in a certain type of way, and it's usually action based, as in I don't know. You remember DL Hughley, right? And he was doing a stand up, and he said his dad, he was like, and he was making that comment like, Dad, you never said you loved me. And he's like, motherfucker, you ate, didn't you? Like straight up, like you turned on the light switch, didn't you? Like, I know that story of a lot of people that be like, oh, my daddy never said that he loved me. He didn't say it, but he did it in different ways by making sure that you were taken care of. And women, we do our love as far as being the nurturers and things like that. So I just think it's different levels of it, but we all have, the sense to where, like, man, motherfuckers be on some other shit. So I don't want to put it on like, oh, which one loves the best or love. Nah, man. We love differently, and then individually we have our own way of doing things. But yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna give you something interesting. I'm gonna give you, and I want this. Hopefully, this help bring us full circle. The reason why I was asking that question is because we only can base stuff off of what we can quantify, what we actually can quantify. You know, like we can say 1 + 1 = 2 type shit. We can quantify that shit. I know a lot of women inside of their souls, inside of their hearts, they have love for people, but we can't quantify what people feel. We only can quantify what we see people do. So if you go off of that premise, we can only go off of what we see. Who do you think shows more love?
That's unfair. That's unfair because from
we can't quantify what's inside your soul.
No, I'm gonna tell you because the emotion, like you can't take love itself and be like, oh, let me go to the refrigerator and get this love out. Like, it's not love itself. You cannot quantify like that. You can't. And so that's what I'm saying.
Well, you can categorize it.
Yeah, we can to a certain extent. But just think about it, all the emotions. No, keep going. Go ahead, finish it out.
But yeah, to a certain extent. But I don't think that it's and even then, if you want to categorize it, it's an emotion. It's something you can't, like. That's what I'm saying. Like how we show love, how we express our love, may be different. So if we want to say who
that's quantifiable, yeah.
More.
Yeah, that's quantifiable. But think about this.
Okay, but like, what are we talking about? Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? How does a woman express her love?
No, that's not the question. Jay,
she's beating more on the feeling part. Like women feel love for guys all the time, and I get that. But you got to admit that would be the exact same thing for the guys. But the guys are going the extra step forward in showing that love with a physical action. Like, I think men and women both emotionally feel love for whoever the hell it is, whether it's their kids, their parents, the person that they're with. I think we do that equally. I think the discrepancy comes in
but
when
ontologically men have a greater capacity for it.
I don't think so. I think it's the same. It's equal.
Both of them have both the capacity. I don't care.
They both have the capacity to love and express the same way. Women have given up their lives to take care of relatives and children.
Yeah. But not really, Lena, because at the end of the day,
what do you mean not really?
Because like if you really in the perfect scenario for men and women, perfect scenario when I'm talking about a relationship or marriage, a man and a woman will both take care of their family members, their fathers and their mothers, right? Their in-laws and all that.
Okay.
But the social construction when it comes to men is who's supposed to be the one to financially do it.
The social structure, yeah, but we don't live in that day and age.
No, we do. We still do.
What do you mean? Most people have a 2-income household.
All right. Well, here go check this. You say.
Okay, but which income is bigger?
Yeah,
men's income, but how many? But they also did study statistically, women are more likely to spend money in their household than men.
Man, nah. First of
all,
all,
on furniture and stupid shit and 500 pairs of shoes.
Food make it comfortable.
Economy wise, can't nobody.
It's a reason why Mother's Day is more popular than Father's Day. That's all I'm gonna say.
In a 2-parent household or a 2-household, economy wise, we all have to work. So,
hell yeah.
Nah,
I agree. Look, you speaking truth. You speaking facts and reality.
What does work have to do with it?
What the hell, Rick?
What word got to do with it? Got to do with it?
Like, I don't know what you mean. What does work have to do with it? Are you following what we just said? He said that men work and provide, And so I
No,
put
but
it out.
we were talking about who has a greater capacity of love.
Okay, but we were just in this conversation of who has the greater capacity of love. There was a side bar in that conversation where we were just talking about working, and that's another way
Yeah,
of
and
it.
you guys admitted that that men are required socially to work more. So that if you're going by that measure, then men are at a greater capacity to love.
Who said that men are required to work more?
Oh, we are.
Well,
You would agree
you
with
guys
that.
were saying that.
It ain't no you guys. I didn't say that.
He go check this. Alexis, would you agree that in a perfect, that's why I said in a perfect scenario,
Okay, in a perfect scenario.
most women would want a man that would go out there and work and provide, right? And she would have the ability to raise their kids and be a stay-at-home wife. Is that the perfect scenario?
It is.
The onus would be on the man then, right?
The responsibility of providing, yes.
Which one do you think?
The responsibility.
That's exactly what I was saying.
But see, the thing with a job, like they both have their own stresses. Like you have the stress of providing and making sure, and she's at home with the child. The child, that's a never-ending job. It's not like you owe.
It is. It ends, Lena. To get to a certain age, they go to school.
I mean, so what?
No,
What
I'm
do
just
you
saying,
mean, so what? That's a 24-hour job.
Look, let's not say so what. It's not a 24-hour job. We gotta start.
Yes, it is.
Lena, you go to sleep.
It could be a
for
24-hour job.
Especially nowadays, it's not a 24-hour job. You go to sleep, you give them an iPad, and you go to work.
We can't keep trying to make it seem like it's harder than what it is. It's really not. Look, it's
yes,
hard
it
to raise
is
kids,
very hard.
Lena, it's hard to raise kids, but it's not as hard as it. It damn sure is. It's the easiest time to raise a kid right now.
Let me ask you a question. Lena. Would you rather change? Would you rather change a? No, but I no. That's why I'm asking a question because I want to understand something. No.
Jay, I said Jay. Do you have kids?
Oh,
I don't. I got a cat and a dog.
Okay, so in this, it's disingenuous for you and Red to try to quantify.
I'm just asking a question.
Now I'm saying y'all both just said not too long ago that it wasn't hard or it's not a 24-hour job. Y'all trying to act like great kids when that life ain't hard. If you ain't got
I'm trying to ask a question. Hold on.
I'm at work and still gotta be a parent.
Would you rather change a baby's diaper or clean a sewer 9 to 5?
Would I rather?
I'd rather clean a baby, but how many people are sewer workers?
A lot.
Seriously.
All of them are men.
Question. That is a dumb ass question, and you complain.
It's not all of them, because I know a woman who's talked about her story, and she's a sewage cleaner. She got to put a whole biohazard suit to climb down. So it's more men that do it, but don't say all of them. More men do it, like 90-something% probably.
Anyway, so Jay, because I want to skip that question, Red getting on my damn nerves. Can we finish this? Because that's.
I can't wait till y'all have kids. But y'all gonna have a woman, she gonna do it.
Women week. Okay, thank you. Let's
No. That's not the point that I was trying to get at, because
I know that's not the point. But I'm saying in this whole time of the conversation, Red keep throwing stuff out there to make this one point.
No, what if I said that was wrong?
Look, you'll be surprised. I'm leaning more Red side on this one. And the main reason I'm leaning more his side is because I want to put it in, like, I understand the feelings of things, and women do play their part and stuff. But we can quantify what's a harder job and what actually takes more. And it really is all coming off of who actually loves more. And
no, you can't.
No, they want to get paid more. And it has nothing to do with love. Because suppose they doing that job, and what does that have to do with love? What if you ain't got no family and you doing a job?
It's out there real quick. Two men talking about a
No, we don't want to get paid more. We're perfectly fine living in the studio apartment.
Talking about kids, and they don't have kids, and they are they're incapable of actually giving birth. They give sperm, but they don't give birth. So all the stuff, and this is scientific. This ain't nothing that I'm making up like how Priscilla be on some shit. This is scientific, how women's bodies change when they have children and all the stuff that happens when giving birth to children. So no, you're not going to just put it out there like,
not taking away from that.
Hard. Like, man,
how does that how does that change anything?
We're not
but
taking
as
away
far
from
as
the
love, what you mean? What does it change? We're not trying to change anything.
Listen, just because you carry babies, take that up with God. That's not my fault.
And I will say this: having a baby doesn't mean you love more when it comes to having that kid. Because once you have that baby,
that's just how you were designed.
Yeah, this is something you got to do. This is
having a job and paying bills and a responsibility doesn't mean that you love more. It just means that you're being
no. That's the thing. It's about what are you doing it for? Because
Man,
have you ever noticed?
Come on now. You can have a kid and
just
still.
hear me out.
All right,
just
go ahead.
Hear me out. When men make money, the main goal of men making money and moving up in society is to take care of a family. You know that y'all seen it. Y'all be on the internet.
If that's the case, I better not hear any man complain about child support paying it. I can understand them complaining about how it's being spent, but that was your purpose. You're supposed to take care of the kids. No, what about they become a whole different ball game?
Lena, no, that's not. I'll address that issue, but that's not what I'm getting at. Most men make money and try to move up in society to take care of a family. We don't even promote that for women. We tell women that a man's to still take care of her. But when you get to the child support, most of those men that are paying child support actually want their kids.
Man, but
they would prefer to have their kids.
I don't want this to derail what we're.
If that's the case, you see more
and they would be better off with their dads, honestly.
Getting their kids, not necessarily.
Kids. I'm saying, but most of these dudes, and you even said it many a times, Lena, most of these men don't go and fight for their kids, right? That's what you said. But why should they even have to?
Women fight for their kids. That's why they usually want to put in for it.
Most women fight for.
Now I'll give you.
One of y'all. I'm not talking about either one of y'all. I want y'all to take it away from y'all. But most women fight for resources, and they know they have the best chance of getting resources and not actually having to go out there and provide for their kids if they get their kids because they can make the man do it. Am I lying? If I get the kids, I get child support.
Not most. Some women do that. I'll give you that.
Most women from lower to middle to upper class America, that's what all women do. Doesn't matter if they're poor, rich, or in the middle.
It's taught to us from kids that a man's supposed to take care of a woman, and every woman has that in her head. You can't.
No, I don't wonder what community you in, because it's not. Oh, you're a trick if you do this, or you do this for a woman.
Yeah,
that's not the case.
The problem.
Y'all don't even want to take women out for coffee dates. Y'all be like, oh, why? You should be able to take them out McDonald's. That ain't provided. Y'all want to provide a
why do you deserve a coffee date if you got 2 kids?
Man, hold on. This is derailing. The conversation. It's going to the battle of the sexes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
That shit.
Yeah, Lena. God damn it. You ready to get back to it, Alexis?
Yeah, because I definitely ain't having.
She's an instigator. Never invite her to a party.
Look, we gonna go back to Princella. I'm gonna give her probably about. Is at 118. I'm gonna give her to 125 to see if she says something more astounding. But I did want to show y'all that other video when I called in.
Cynthia G. I'll
cover her again. I'm about to start doing midday Saturday streams because Rob has taken my Saturday nights. So it's some content that I want to get off, and I really only have like 3 days out of the week at max to do videos. So I might start doing that. But
hey, hold on. You said, Lena, you what?
Huh?
You said what about Cynthia G?
I miss Cynthia G. I wish she was back because Priscilla to me is a poser. Cynthia G at least has a psychological.
What happened to her? What happened?
You need to leave.
That
what happened to Cynthia G?
But go ahead.
Sorry, Lexus, I love you. It's just, I like Cynthia G,
She
even
want
though
to
I
see
don't
that
agree with
real hate.
everything. I don't agree with everything that Cynthia G says, but she at least has a background in psychology. Just agree. She breaks it down. Her deliverance is better for the most time. Sometimes to me, she incites, she won't
Lena,
incite
she's
violence on men,
crazy.
but on
Lena,
like, huh?
she's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But she
You
about to
talking
delete all
Did you
male
hear that
babies,
giggle?
black male babies.
Yeah, she's crazy.
I don't agree with deleting all male black babies.
Look, if somebody,
Deleting male black. That's where we
Yeah, she's
differ.
crazy. She wants to delete all black male babies.
look, I got a good one for it, and I'm gonna go back to the video, but I'm gonna hit Lena with a contradiction real quick. I want to see if she can figure it out. All right, Lena, here you go. Check this. They got this great white guy. He wants to marry you. Billionaire will treat you great. The only problem is he can't stand black people, but he wants to marry you though. Would you marry him?
No, and I know people that
Why?
do
Why?
that
Here you go. Why would you not marry him?
because he hate black people, not black.
Okay. I got you. So why the
No,
fuck
no,
I
but
give
he
a fuck
doesn't
about
hate
Cynthia
you.
G?
He
Yeah, he
doesn't
don't hate
hate
you.
you
He just
though.
hates black. He just hates black people. He like you.
He thinks you're the only good one.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. No,
Okay.
absolutely
No. Okay. So just because of that one thing, you wouldn't fuck with him. Why the fuck would you fuck with Cynthia G even though you disagree? Oh, she said delete all black male babies. How can you talk nice of her?
Well, she has some points. She ain't completely crazy. She got some points. Just because you're crazy don't mean you can't make sense sometimes.
Yeah,
Even a broken
Mustache
clock
Man,
is
he
right
might have
twice a
killed
day.
6 million people, but he did have some good economic policies.
Man, we know we like that. That's crazy. People and I just wanted to call that one out because I see a lot of people
You
do
gonna
that.
stop
Like,
telling on me, Kenny.
man, look,
Dang, I
somebody
did.
need to. Wait, check it, man. I'm a play this delusional ass bitch again. We gonna try to get 5
She
minutes out of
fake.
her.
I'm telling you, this girl deserves an Oscar. If y'all don't see through her, she is so fake. All of this is
What
cap.
is her
She's not
status?
like that.
Is she a lesbian right now?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's in a relationship. She's gay.
I don't think she's really even gay.
Either way, though.
Hey, I got standards for myself that I'm holding myself to.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to allow you to fall below these standards that I have for myself. And if you can't rock and roll with that, then I can't be with you. And that same thing went for men. But see, men want to dominate. See, they want a woman to be submissive. They don't want a woman that they appear to be as strong as them because instantly they're going into competition mode. I got to show you I'm the man. I don't want you out achieving me. I don't got time for that. I don't, right? Man or woman.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I feel you. I understand, but like, it's crazy, right? Because I want to take it back to this. What do you say to those people that seemingly unfollowed you or lost faith in you because of that video that came out? What do you say to them?
I don't say nothing to them because here's the thing. If it takes just one lie, because look, you got people following people like R. Kelly. You knew R. Kelly, what he was doing. That didn't stop you from.
Yeah, I'm stopping. If it just took one video of somebody saying something about you for you to change it, like for her, like all the subscribers you had to change their mind, and you wanna sit here and have that stance, you don't say nothing to these people, right? Because they saw one video from B. Taylor and they unsubscribe from you.
I don't know why. Am I off?
She had one situation with B. Taylor and it changed her whole fucking perspective. You're doing the exact same thing to the people that you said you don't give a fuck about. I'll respond to them. You're doing the exact same thing. You had one situation with a woman, and now you want to come on here and talk more kindly of men. How does that work? You're doing the exact same thing that you said you don't give a fuck about. Am I the only one seeing that? Red, tell me you see it. Alexis, tell me you see it. Lena, I know you don't see it. Does anybody see this?
Yeah, you're kind of talking to a wall here, Jay.
Hey, happy people.
I'm just crazy, man. I'm just tripping off. And the interviewer, he doing a good job interviewing because the interviewer is not supposed to be confrontational or nothing like that. But I wish more people would hold people accountable. I'm like, bitch, you doing the exact same thing you talking about them about. But either way, though,
I'm following him.
Has this woman ever
And he
had a
didn't need
debate with somebody?
oof.
Yeah, Charleston White. Yeah, Charleston White. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Even with proof
She
and
loses
video,
all of them.
that didn't matter to you. But women hate each other to the core. And you don't have to do nothing as a woman. You do anything, an allegation, she already don't like you anyway. All she needs is one little thing to make her turn against you, because women are already enemies. So all I see is you were not ready to go in the direction that I'm going. You're not on that frequency, because it don't take nothing. That girl didn't produce no evidence. Not an ounce of evidence did she produce. And people believed everything she said without question.
What did that teach you about the world?
That let me know is when it comes to strength, the person who is the strongest is always at fault, no matter what. And so that's why men are upset, because men are naturally physically stronger than women. And just by you physically being stronger than a woman will weaponize weakness and tears and be full on lying. And people will believe her, because people like victim stories.
Right.
Everybody likes a victim story.
Everybody.
Right? And so what it showed me, because then my girlfriend showed me, because I don't really watch TV and I don't watch movies. My attention's like, I'm so in another world now, like I don't have the patience to sit and watch movies like I used to and stuff. So she showed me Avengers. She had to go through, I had to watch it in 15 minutes. She just showed me the highlights. And Thanos was actually the good guy. Thanos was the good guy. And they attacked him like he was the villain. Strong people and righteous people will always be painted as the villain, because the majority of people do not want to look at themselves, and they all want to be victims. And so I don't take that personally, but it taught me something, because if I'm gonna do this, I got to realize what world I'm living in.
Right. Did that make your skin super thick?
She's painting herself as the victim as she says that.
Yeah. I feel like when things like that happen and you get over it, now you're on a whole different level.
Oh yeah.
It ain't nothing that can bother you at that point.
Yeah.
The worst of the worst that probably didn't happen.
Because here's the thing. A lot of times you can see men coming from a mile away. That girl, she plotted to get near me, for the whole purpose was to try to destroy me. She would say stuff like, the manosphere wants me to expose you, but I'm not going to do that. Princella, keep your daughter offline. You don't know what's going to happen. I see something bad that's going to happen. She had been planning that shit the whole time. She'd been planning that shit the whole time because she was a failed content creator. She wanted attention. And she was upset because she had been Just Pearly Things, little white girl that was in the manosphere, ran her, like, Just Pearly Things made her cry all over the internet. Just Pearly Things handled her. And so she was trying to find a way to get her name back in good graces, because she just had so many bad things. And me being a person who believes that, I'm working for women, I'm believing that I can help women, because I was too trusting of women, because I was working on their behalf. But see, I'd already dealt with men. So my quote unquote blind trust for them but because I felt like I was helping women, and that I believed that women was actually suffering, that women actually was victims, I come to realize that a lot of women like this pain. They choose this pain. They want to go through the things that they're going through, right? And to have somebody get near me with the intention to destroy me, to make themselves look better, that let me know these women really, they not about this. Women don't want to change. They don't want a better world. They just want men to do what they want them to do. They want men to change. Women don't want to change. Women just want men to change. Women just want to control men, and they don't want to do anything. And so, did that hurt to see so many women? See, because here's the thing, Jeff, it wasn't just her. Because see, if she just would have did that, and the people that I helped if they wouldn't just took her side just to take her side, it wouldn't have been that bad. But when you bring my child in there and you lie, you know, the CPS worker, they threw that shit out in a week. All the claims, this girl said that my child was underweight, that she wasn't never eating. They pulled all the medical records, found that was a lie. She told the people that I had a murder-suicide plan to kill me and my child. This is what you, right? These are the lies that she went and told. And so they come to find out all that stuff, that my daughter was dirty. My daughter was getting her hair done. I was paying my daughter get her hair done by a salon, a stylist, every 2 weeks. My daughter's very independent, can make her own food and things like that. Somehow she flipped this into me being neglectful. And
you're always with your daughter. Every
I'm
time you come do it.
always with my daughter.
I've never not seen you with your daughter.
Right. And then when I'm here, I have people with me.
Fact.
And so it's just like, to try to paint me out to be a villain, something that ain't never been in my character. Can't nobody who has ever been around me tell you that any of that stuff matched up. Her dad, we co-parent and we real cool, right? They even talk to him like, no, I'm not concerned. It's like, we have a great co-parenting relationship. She got 2 baby daddies that she can't even get along with. I got her to help one of her baby daddies out because she saw how I would help anytime that my child's father might have needed help. She saw how I would help. And so she tried to copy what I was doing for her baby dad. Because like, if I needed to go somewhere, you know, and I need her dad to take off because he still work, he still drive trucks. If I need him to take off, I'll pay him for the days that he take off.
All right. I said earlier about that lot lizard shit. I had a feeling she met her man doing that truck driving. She just confirmed that.
So that he don't miss no money and he can spend time with his daughter, right? That's the type of person I am. How you turn me into a villain?
Yeah, that's.
Hey, hold on. And I don't really think the lot lizard because I was thinking about
I don't think she was a lot lizard. I just think she was out there with them guys.
Well, no, but also because she said they were married. You are aware that a lot of the couples drive trucks together. So the wives are with them. My children's grandfather, his wife, she got hurt recently.
I get that, but she can't be a truck driver too. Like she can't be getting paid to ride in the truck with him.
No, it's not that she's getting paid to ride, but because there's 2 of them, they can switch off. So he'll drive and then she'll drive and they can get more stuff done because it's 2 of them to where a lot of times one he'll
no, there's something a little shady about this. I think Jay's right. It's a little off about this. I think I wouldn't be surprised if that woman wasn't right and she was actually involved in some abuse kind of thing.
But like I was saying was that there are a lot of couples that do that type of thing together and truck drive together and they get paid. So I mean,
no, I got you.
They could have been working together, like you know what I'm saying.
They could have been if they were doing some cross country type stuff. I seen where they have 2 drivers. They'll have 2 drivers. They driving cross country and stuff like that. But I think she met her husband because she was truck driving. He truck drives. I think she met him driving trucks. Maybe they work for the same company.
On the radio.
Yeah, some shit like that. They met they met each other at a truck stop or some shit like that. I don't believe they were tandem driving trucks together. I don't think that's what they were doing. I think they met each other doing the same profession. And I don't think she was driving.
That makes more sense.
Even you said it. She was making $1,200 a week. You're not making $1,200 a week driving cross country because why would you have 2 drivers just driving around your state delivering shit? You're gonna make way more money. You're not gonna make You're not gonna make
$1,200. She could have, like you said, they could have met each other both in that profession, and when they got married, they could have been doing together. But that's
they met each other at a glory hole.
See, Katie says she can get paid to be a companion or a team driver. Both taking shifts. Yeah, but you're only taking shifts on long drives. That's my biggest thing. It's got to be a long trip. It's got to be like cross country type shit, or driving from east to west, or goddamn north to south.
Well, not really. Also, depending on.
Why would you have 2 drivers for that then?
No, I'm about to tell you. Depending.
Yeah, you don't need 2.
the type of company that you're working for, with 2 drivers, you can get more done.
Yeah, but that makes sense. That makes sense. I agree with you on that. It makes more
But then
sense.
you have to pay. You have to pay another person. You can hire someone who can get the job done by themselves for half the amount of money.
All right, I don't know shit.
No,
my children's grandfather drives trucks. I know a lot of people that drive truck professionally. There's a truck driving school less than 5 minutes away from me. I don't know shit. Y'all got it.
I'm agreeing with you. I believe that, yeah, with 2
Yeah,
people you can get shit done.
I know what you're saying. I'm just
It's
saying red
just-
ass.
No, but I think Red is agreeing with me too. I think you would have 2 drivers who are driving a longer distance.
I'm agreeing with you. His last comment is just to rebut what I was saying. It had nothing to do with actually agreeing with you, as if what I said wasn't true. Like, oh, you could pay more. Yeah, I'm sure they know that, but this is something that is a common practice. This is something that goes on. So it's just like, why you?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with it. But if she was making, remember, because she told us how much money she was making. That was the highest number. If you're making $1,200 a week, you're probably, even you said it. I don't know who the fuck she driving for. That lets you know that she's not taking long trip drives.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, 2 people, if they're married, they can do that. And the only reason why I pointed that out is because, like I said, she said he still drives trucks. So I was saying, like, oh well.
I don't believe she can drive a truck.
She might be able to. I've seen some real small girls get out of a truck. Ain't no telling, man. We have to see her on the road, but she said she don't do that no more. She make more money doing this shit right here. But I was just thinking about the logistics of it and making it make sense. Like, if she was driving with a guy, and which is possible, very possible they could have drove together, $1,200 a week, there would be no need. If I was a driving company, I wouldn't hire 2 people to drive a load unless they were going a long distance where, okay, you drive for 8 hours. Matter of fact, you drive for 7 hours because I think legally you have to take a break, and then the next person can get in and drive that truck the rest of the way, so you can boom, boom, boom. One person rest, one person drive. One person rest, one person drive. But I just don't see a company paying, like, if you're doing that, making $1,200 a week. Nah, you would have to be in the fucking 3,000s at the bare minimum.
No, because they don't do that. They don't do that. What they do is, when you want to sleep, you pull over into the truck stop and you sleep for 4 or 5 hours and you continue.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if they doing cross country shit, they'll have 2 drivers just for the simple fact of, okay, you drive the first length of this, we stop, get gas or whatever, then we switch over, and then you get in and drive the rest of it, so we don't have no lapse in time, so we can meet our deadline.
Gotcha.
That's the only way I would see 2 drivers being in a vehicle. That would be the only reason.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like one person, like you said, just take their nap. Like you get your rest break or whatever and shit, and then you get back and go ahead and drive some more. I just don't see the point of having 2 people in there unless you're doing a long trip. You carrying a load for a long distance. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and I'm telling you on that point. Well, and like I said, I don't know how long ago it was that she was doing the truck driving. So based off of the time, depending, you know what I'm saying, like that 1,100 at the time, right. But during that time, like, because you know how things change with the economy, and getting paid 1,100 in the early 2000s is different than getting paid 1,100 now. So when I made that comment, that's what I'm thinking of now, of what truck drivers make. A lot of just single ones, but there are some, and especially, you know, if they don't have a lot, depending on what the load is, and they have 2 drivers, and there's so much of a load to where it's like, okay, we got these 2 drivers that can get this done. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff happens to where it's just like, I mean, I don't know the exact logistics of it, but I know it happens because, like I said, my children's grandfather is a truck driver. He's been doing that for well over, I want to say well over 20 years at this point, on and off. So, I mean,
Nah, I feel you. I feel you because like I did logistics when I was in the service and shit, and if we had get one shit from one base, like say we was going from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, we had to get some shit down to an Army base in like Virginia or some shit like that. We would we normally had like 2 people that would drive the shit because most of the time we carried shit in our 7 tons and stuff like that. We would work it out, have to plan it out for 2 people to be in there depending on the shit because we didn't want the truck to stop. And if it did stop, it only stopped for like refueling and shit like that. And look, man, it's possible either way. I think she met her husband doing the job. I don't think, me personally, I don't think they met like drive. I don't think they ever drove together. I don't think that was the case. I think they just met each other through driving. And I think she's saying that he still drives.
Yeah, like what I said, it was a glory hole.
Especially husband and wife, that bag, especially now, is that's a different bag.
I know a lot of husbands that wife go with them, like especially if they ain't got no kids. Man, I've seen many times. Man, I've seen truck drivers talk about, me and my wife going travel America. They go from Alabama to California, pick up, like drop that load off, pick up another load, take that shit to Wisconsin, and they be just traveling, husband and wife. But it's only the husband that's hired on the job, like the wife's just riding because sometimes you need to stop and.
But why is she bringing this up? Like, who cares?
She was just trying to talk about her husband. And the sad part, I don't know why she says she do shit for her husband. Because I'm like, if he truck driving, he making enough money. He don't need no help from you. But,
no, she said why.
Well, truck driving is a perfect job if you're with a girl like this because it means you're away from her all the time.
She said why. They were talking about her daughter, and she was saying that if I have something to do or need to get things done, I would ask him to take off because he's a truck driver and he's not working the regular 9 to 5 like a regular truck driver. So that's why she was saying she would give him money to replace what he's missing. That's why.
So she could go do something. So she could go do whatever she needed to do. Probably travel and all that. And then that's actually reasonable. I give her props for that because that's actually being logical. Like, hey, look, I got to go do this. I can't bring her with me. I need somebody to watch her. I need you to get her. I know you be truck driving, so here's some money. I know you ain't gonna be able to take a load. Just watch. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the money that you would make. And that worked. That makes sense. And we got Miss Jackson up in the building. She said, "What up, though? Real life street stars in the building." All right now. Look, we gonna keep playing it. Miss Jackson, if you want to come up on Miss Princella Clark, crazy bitch. Matter of fact, Miss Jackson, I remember when you were talking about her. You're gonna be surprised at what comes out of her mouth. So I'm gonna play it. Here you go.
Right? And so what really made me see it is that all these women that I was helping turned against me for no reason. That's what really did.
That's what hurts.
That's what hurt me.
Right.
When all these women who I was helping turned against me for no reason. None. And one time we was on live. Check this out now. This girl had made me late. This was actually, because she had came down here. This was when I was coming down here to do the other show. And she was making me late to come down here.
Right.
And I say, look, I got to go fill up and get some gas, right? She wants to go. So I'm on E and we late. She want me to stop at Chick-fil-A so she can use the bathroom. I say, well, we can go because we late and I got to get some gas. You can go, I'm going to a new gas station. You can go use their restroom. Oh, they throw a fit. She throws a fit because I won't make a extra stop so she can go use whatever bathroom she wants to use. Forget that you making me late. Forget that I got to get gas and I can say we can do one stop. No, she made that a big issue. And guess what the women did? That's your lady. You supposed to stop and do. You supposed to take her to a nice, pretty bathroom. I said, so these women narcissistic. If you think that somebody is the stronger person, since you look at me as a man, because these women are not looking at me as a woman, because the way I carry myself, the way I speak, my assertiveness, these women look at me as a man. Even men look at me as a man. Oh, you a stud. You think you a man, right? So they
hold on.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
No man look at you like you a man, baby. I'm just gonna let you know that, but I do have you back on this argument you're saying.
Treat me like one.
Right.
The
So
club.
in their mind,
I'll be like,
I
hey,
was
you want to
supposed to
start a
bend over
fight?
backwards and take her to a special a gas station. I mean, a special place to use the bathroom. To hell with me making a logical decision to do a one-stop shop so we can get on the road. I was the villain then. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. Why didn't you take your girlfriend to go use that bathroom? Wow. I said, so this is what they dealing with?
Yes.
This?
Yes.
Think about this, y'all. Think about the enlightening she's having when the shit that she claims she never knew about. Remember, all she did was deal with men in the beginning. Then she started dealing with women. And she had her understanding of what men were and how bad they were from just dealing with them. But then she started dealing with women. And off of one woman she dealt with, now she understands. Did she not see what she was doing when she was in her relationship? You're on a trip. Y'all picture this. We're on a trip. We're trying to get to where we're trying to get to. Most men would be like, okay, look, we're going to make a stop. You gotta use the bathroom. All right, we're going to make a stop because I need to get some gas. I'm going to stop right here so we can get some gas. Closest place. Oh, no, I want to go there to get gas. I want to go there to use the bathroom. Most men would get chewed the fuck out. And men do get chewed out for that shit. Why didn't you take her to a better bathroom? Now she's getting that shit. When, look, you're just making a logical decision. It's right here. To get it right here, there's a bathroom in there. Like, you got to go to the fanciest fucking bathroom in the world. She's catching it now. Now she's starting to realize. A lot of dudes deal with that shit. And I'm pretty sure ladies had friends. Like, listen, have you ever went on a trip with some of your girlfriends or some shit, and you just got that one that just want to do the most, like, the dumbest shit fucking ever for no damn reason just because?
Yeah.
That shit is annoying as fuck. But the worst part about it, not even that it's being annoying. The worst part about it is other people will demonize you for saying something about it. And I think she's realizing that now. It's like, look, you need to use a bathroom. I'm stopping at a bathroom. No, why didn't you stop at that other bathroom for her? Well, I'm trying to make the quickest fucking stop so we can keep going. We're trying to accomplish the mission. But they're coming at her head. She don't understand that a lot of dudes deal with that. They did. I remember when I did a live stream about when I went on vacation with one of the dudes that used to work with me, and we went to the beach, and I got demonized for them doing dumb shit. Like, why are we stopping? Like is everybody ready to go? Can we leave at a certain time? Okay, we got the time set. Okay, we're gonna leave 4 hours after that. I'm an asshole for bringing that up. All right, did we eat before we left so we can just ride? And if we gotta stop to use the bathroom and stuff, that's cool or whatever. But we only need to stop one time to get gas. Oh, you bitching because we stopped 3 times on the way. Oh, I'm an asshole for that. It's like when people are trying to, like, when you are a person that wants to get things done, you don't like a lot of bullshit getting thrown into the. Do you like problems, Alexis? Red, do you like problems?
Nah, I don't.
When you plan something, do you like to have to deal with other bullshit outside of your plans?
Nah, a lot of times I plan for some bullshit.
Just in case.
Yep.
Just in case shit.
This is exactly what we're talking about, because she's saying, oh, I realize women's stupidity, therefore I understand. But it's like, you're a woman, so no, you don't.
And she's only coming to this understanding because they came after her. If they didn't come after her, she wouldn't say nothing about it. She wouldn't change. Just think about how strong. Remember, Alexis, what was the thing she said earlier in the video? Nothing changed, right?
Yeah, she said nothing changed. Her talking points or whatever hasn't changed. Like, okay.
It seemed like a lot of shit changed.
It was all good just a week ago.
Just a week ago. Just a motherfucking week ago. But now you had to deal with some of the shit. And I'm like, I'm not even trying to come down. This is not come down on all women. But a lot of women do the shit that she's bitching about. But the whole time that dudes would call in and ask her questions or challenge her beliefs on stuff because she was one-sided, being biased, she wanted to shut them down and just tell people you're incapable of love, you're not smart enough, you don't know this. But you're bitching on the internet right now, calling out the same bullshit that those men were telling you in the beginning.
we should be saying what we should be saying is she's incapable of love because she couldn't keep this woman from going off.
He even said it earlier. She said, I was incapable of dealing with her emotions. Like, you don't think some dudes... Look, we can all admit, there's crazy dudes out here in this world, right? There's crazy dudes, right? Alexis? Red? But in that same sentiment, we can admit there's crazy women out here. We've all met them. We met these people. Like, there's some people are just too difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
She ran across one. And that's the craziest thing. Now I'm going to keep beating it down. That one person changed her entire perspective. One person.
It's not just that one person, because she admitted that every single man has encountered that one type of woman.
Yeah, that's. I ain't gonna push back on that one because I believe most men have. It's an archetype. It's an archetype. Like you know, it's a fuckboy archetype. It can be black, white, Asian, Indian, whatever the fuck. It's a fuckboy. Certain type of person. Crazy motherfucking females. It's an archetype for it. A lot of people can find it if they look for it. They can point it out, but shout out to Brick Slinger. Shout out to Brick Slinger. He said salute. Fucking, I'm gonna let it keep going, man. I'm gonna let it keep going. I said I was gonna cut it. I'm gonna actually let it run because she I'm gonna let it run. Y'all wanted to run? You want to
How
run?
many minutes is it left?
It is actually 16 minutes. 16 minutes.
If it ain't too much more bullshit, but yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Let's try. Let's try it out. And if it gets to some bullshit, I'm gonna cut it.
I said, I'm not getting no relationship to be no doggone slave and to cater to no egos, because women, we supposed to be working together. We supposed to be carrying an equal load here. No, y'all don't want to do that.
Now, see, this is why I have the issue. So why is it that a woman will go to a relationship with a woman and be cool with the let's work together, but they get with the man and have the same woman will have a totally different mindset when it comes to a man.
Well, no, because that ain't never been my mindset.
Not you.
No, because see, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling her. Because even when I approach relationships with men, in my mind is.
Dumbass, she made it about herself. He's talking about in general. When two lesbian women get together, they work together and make it work. When a woman gets with a man, most women want the man to carry majority of the load. She just made it about herself.
Oh, but no, not me.
She made it about herself instantly. Like he's talking about in general. That's usually the dynamic. I'm gonna let him ask it again. She look, it wasn't even fucking 2 seconds, and she made it about herself.
To no egos, because women, we supposed to be working together. We supposed to be carrying an equal load here. No, y'all don't want to do that.
Now, see, this is why I have the issue. So why is it that a woman will go to a relationship with a woman and be cool with the let's work together, but they get with the man and have the same woman will have a totally different mindset when it comes to a man.
Well, no, because that ain't never been my mindset.
Not you.
No, because see, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling her. Because even when I approach relationships with men, in my mind, it's always a partnership.
Okay.
But I find myself doing all the work. I find myself always having to be the bigger person.
Right.
I'm always having to take the higher road. I'm always having to consider other people. Nobody ever considers me, right? It's always a take. So in the dynamics with men,
well, you said just like us. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Men do themselves a disservice.
Right.
Men do themselves a disservice because they get out here on all these podcasts. A man is supposed to be a giver. A woman is the receiver. We want to fit feminine and friendly, and we want to give to a certain. Here's the thing. When you say that,
what podcast you ever heard say a woman's supposed to be a receiver? I'm asking both of y'all.
I don't know any podcast specifically, but I've heard that talking.
Maybe the female NFL
and the females are the receiver.
I've always heard that a man's supposed to be a provider, and I don't disagree with that. A man's supposed to carry majority of the load. I don't disagree with that. I've never heard that a woman's not supposed to do nothing, because that's what a receiver is. You're just supposed to be there and receive stuff. I hear more podcasters talking about women should do more. Cook and clean for your man. I think they beat that down a shit ton. And the response that most men would get when you would hear those podcasts say that I'm not no slave. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody, I want one of y'all to tell me I'm lying if I'm lying.
Like I said, I've heard that sentiment. I wouldn't say a particular podcast, but I've heard that sentiment in YouTube as far as to break it down, that men are naturally the giver and the woman is the receiver as far as body parts. I've heard it broken down like that. So I mean,
so they were talking biologically.
Well, not just, but I'm sorry, I'm saying it. They have broken
In
it
general,
down.
everything.
Yeah, on different levels. So I'm just speaking to that as far as I've heard it. I've heard it.
Did that come from a red pill person or a person that like a Derek Jackson type motherfucker? Just from a random person you saw.
Well, let me be honest. The first person I heard say it was TD Jakes.
Oh my God, he's a panderer. I'm sorry. I wanted to see the dynamic of the man that actually said that, because I remember I covered that one dude. He said, man, like he make over $1 million a year. He gives his wife $500,000, and that's her own personal money. He don't have access to her shit, but she has access to his, and all this little shit. I can see that coming from a pandering ass dude. I can see that coming from like a Dr. Umar type motherfucking that pander to women shit. But I'm talking about like a dude that's like a dude, not the crazy red pill motherfuckers, but you know what I mean, like a man. Because I would never say that shit out of my mouth. I mean, yeah, a woman I'm supposed to take care of my woman. I would never call my woman a receiver. The fuck? You supposed to do your part and I do my part. My part might be a little bit more than your part, but you still supposed to do your part. It ain't just no receive type shit. Now I know there's a lot of girls that think they just supposed to receive. I told you I had an ex that she got mad at me. I was like, bitch, you don't fucking clean while I'm at work and some shit. She's like, I'm just supposed to be here. That was the day I broke up with her. Get the fuck out of my house. The fuck you think this is?
And my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. I was done. I was done waiting.
But even then, when I've heard them talking about it, it's not on that sentiment as far as like that the woman is just supposed to get stuff and not do nothing. It's talking about the natural order of things. Like when the men go out and, like they said, they would be hunters and all that stuff.
Okay.
And they'll bring the stuff, and the woman receives it, and she makes something with it. Like,
so she actually doing something with it, hunter-gatherer type shit.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like I said, it was different voices.
More context.
The first one that I heard was T.D. Jakes, and it was in a sermon, and I remember listening to him, and he said, because he put his almost on the sexual level, because he said he compared men to having the master key. And he was like, women, you're not supposed to have a master box or you know what I'm saying? Because if any key can unlock that box, you know what I'm saying? And it was, the way he broke it down was very interesting, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I've heard it used, differently in certain ways, and it makes sense. But it didn't never come across as in women just receive and take stuff and that's it. It never came across that.
All right, I got you, because I was like, that's the shit. I'm like, the way she, you know what the fuck I was getting at. I ain't gonna beat that dead horse, man. The bitch crazy anyways. But let's keep going.
You're looking for a woman that's gonna take just for you to turn around and complain about it, right?
Yes.
There is no you just sit here and you just receive. I don't believe that, right? We're both supposed to function at our highest capability and our full selves, and we bring who we are to the table and all of the gifts that we have. That's where potlucks came from.
Right.
It's okay, she makes some bomb ass macaroni and cheese, so she gonna do the macaroni and cheese. This is your skill. You bring that to the table. But guess what? We'll have a potluck, and guess what? It'll be people that come there just to eat the food. You won't bring nothing.
Right.
Hit it red, go ahead.
That's not your skill, because we don't know if you make good macaroni and cheese on the first date. So We don't even have the time. It's not like we have a row of women that we can evaluate their mac and cheese. You're the one that has to pick us. So, like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, most of the time, guys are picking off the looks, and the women actually get to, like, if they're smart, they're observing what the man does. And most women, I don't think they go after a guy that's just lame and don't be around nobody. They usually go for a guy that's got people around them, people respect them, people like them, and that's usually who most women pick.
Yeah,
Now,
so
there are
social
exceptions to the rule.
credibility.
Yeah, so it's like that man is showing something that makes you feel like, yeah, I can fuck with him because he'll do right by me, or he can at least do for me. But guys don't really know. They just picking off of what fuck look good. I know that's how it was for me in high school. Shit, all the girls would come after the best athletes. So, the girls would be looking at us and we would pick the girls off who looked the best. Seen anything different, Alexis?
No. But I'm saying, like, she's using an example, and the potluck was the example of conveying what she was trying to say. That's all.
Yeah, it's pretty much, she's saying everybody should bring something to the table, and we used to do it a different type of way. Like, you're good at this thing, you do that. I'm good at this thing, I do this. And it works together. It works together. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be, and that's how we should keep. Because, look, no bullshit. I don't have an issue with women out earning men. There could be women that have a better earning capacity than a man. This man's better at handling the household things, taking care of the kids. You could have that dynamic. It ain't gonna be mine, but that could work. But everybody needs to bring their best part to it. And I think the problem that she dealt with when she was dealing with B. Taylor was, B. Taylor trying to bring it to the mother. She keep making it seem like she had to do everything. But the question is, I wonder what her relationship was with the man that she married and had a kid with. I wonder if she looks back and regrets that she divorced him. Or he divorced her. I don't know what their dynamic is. I'm pretty sure she probably divorced him, just going off of statistics. But I wonder if she's starting to look back at, how did I play a part in this situation? Hey, what part did I play in that relationship to cause it to end?
Who has custody?
Well, it seems like she does. Oh, and she has her kid in a lot of her videos, a lot of her live streams. Because while we were playing earlier, I was looking for when I called into her shit and talked to her. I just kept seeing her daughter. Like, you know how they showed you that preview on YouTube when you just highlight some shit? I just kept seeing her daughter in the very beginning preview. So I'm like, was your daughter there the whole goddamn show? Like, why were you? She said the girl said something about her daughter and got CPS to come around. I'm like, why do you got your daughter? Why wouldn't you put my animals on social media? Like, why would you have your kid on social media like that?
Well, in the social media space that you're in, why would you have your kid all?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah, I can see if it was a family channel. It's like, hey, we're the Johnsons or something like that. That would make more sense. But I'm like, you just over here talking crazy, and you got your daughter just running up in here on camera and shit. And I'm like, man, it's some sick ass people in this world. That's what people always be asking me, who you talk to? I never show my girl on camera if I had one. Like, why would you do that? You just asking for problems. But either way, though, let's keep going. Princella, keep telling me how you finally see what the men dealing with.
Right? This is how people get into relationships. You want somebody to bring all that while you just show up and partake in what they got. No. Because see, for me, I've always been a person that can handle my own. Yeah. Always. I think there's a problem with how America pay people. I really personally believe that everybody should be on commission sales. I do not think that people need to be getting paid by the hour because people are lazy. Right? That's a sense of entitlement. I also think that people should be in the military at least 3 years. Right? I think that'll make a better world because too many people ride the clock and have an entitlement. I just show up and I get paid and they don't produce nothing. They don't do nothing. Right? See, I've only worked hourly jobs like at food when I was younger. when I was, in high school. That's the only time I work at hourly wage. I've been on commission for a long time. I have to produce. I've always been a producer. And then, being in the military, man, that ain't for the weak. No. Especially going to OCS, that's not for the weak, right? So I don't care what nobody say about me. And then
I'm stopping right there. Y'all excuse my language that I'm about to use right now. Shut the fuck up talking about you went OCS. That's the easiest motherfucking shit. Bitch, go enlist it. Go enlist it. Don't tell me that you think it was hard because you was an officer. Officers don't do goddamn nothing. Out here, you know what an officer is? I'm gonna give y'all a good real world example of what an officer is. A manager. That's what an officer is. They not out there carrying
like a Burger King manager.
You just walking around making sure everybody else doing their job. You didn't go through no bullshit. I went through an officer course. A lot of the shit in the military, and I went to the Marines. I don't know what branch she was in. I don't know. I went to the Marine Corps officer course. We wanted to do the training, or at least the guy, whoever was our fucking instructor during that time, he wanted us to try it out. They did problem solving shit. That was the majority of their shit. Problem solving. Oh, we got a little shit right here. How do we get 7 people across this bridge when this bridge doesn't have any legs on it? Y'all need to figure it out. That's what the motherfuckers did. I don't want to hear that bullshit, bitch. You didn't go through nothing. You wasn't sleeping in the goddamn woods at night. You wasn't crawling on the barbed wire. You wasn't going through none of that shit where they firing off rockets and flares and shit. Shut that bullshit up. Officers don't do shit. Anybody that say there was an officer, people give them all the credit in the world. They some of the laziest motherfuckers in the military. Don't use that as a hard shit. The motherfucker that worked the hardest is that goddamn PFC, Lance Corporal, E1, E2, whatever branch you want to use. Look, no. I ain't hearing that bullshit. So I went to OC. I don't give a fuck. Like, bitch, I mean, you went to college first and then you got a fucking pay rate. You automatically came in making that $1,200 that you was making truck driving. Automatically, right off bat.
Living the life that I lived as a woman who didn't have family support, I didn't have nobody to turn to. The only person I could depend on was me. So I don't speak the language of laziness. I don't speak the language of just sitting around and letting somebody else do the work. No. So even when it comes to a man, see, men don't like my strength. I'm intimidating to a man. Because from the point of view of a man, I'm trying to be a man.
Right? A lie detector test determined that was a lie.
You're not intimidating to a man. You're off-putting. Yeah, you're off-putting. You have that demeanor to you that a man don't want to be around. It ain't because he's intimidated by you. It's because he's annoyed with you. It's not intimidation. Stop confusing disgust with intimidation. Men don't want to be around a woman like that. Women are not supposed to be rah, rah, rah. Alexis, you want to be around a guy that goes, hey, girl. You want to be around that? Is Alexis still there? She might have walked off. Yeah, she probably walked off. Red, you want to be around a rah, rah, rah girl?
Well, no, I'd rather not.
I want to be around a woman. If I want to be around somebody hard, I'll be around men. Men are not intimidated by you, lady. They probably just don't want to be around you because you are off-putting.
It triggers competition. Listen, man, I ain't got time for that.
But do you think there can be 2 alphas? Do you think there can be 2 alphas in a household?
Yes. Don't you have, listen, think about a company. Don't you have to have a sales manager? That sales manager got to be an alpha. Don't you have to have an operations manager? That got to be an alpha. You have different departments where people have to be a leader in that department. Why can't I be the head honcho in my area?
Say it again, real.
Those are all betas. There's only one alpha. That's the CEO.
There you go. Like a lot of people don't like to be called beta. Like at my job, I'm a beta. I might be an alpha in my department, but I'm a beta in the grand scheme of the company. In the grand scheme of it, there's somebody above me, has more responsibility, has more power, and they damn sure got a higher paycheck. I don't know what the fuck she talking about.
area. Why you want to be dominating everything? I'm sorry, that ain't because here's the thing. We can work together. The problem is people don't want to work together. They got their ego in the way. I'm the big dog. What I say go. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing, partner. Playboy, we don't even got to do that. We don't even have to do that because I got a lot of goddamn talent. Look what I've done for my own life. I've been on my own for a long time and nobody helped me. Now think about this. As a man, you build some stuff by yourself. Right. You create a company and then you get a woman to come in and she won't have say so. No. And it's the same thing with a woman. I'm a woman that built my life. I'll be damned after 38 years, I get some dude come in and tell me what the fuck to do with my life. Right. How to run this, how to do that. No, man. No,
but you can always play the other role, right? You can play the other role where you just get them do sometimes and just get somebody.
Hit. What's that question, Red?
Why should a woman be able to tell me to do what to do with my life?
Exactly. But that's what she was promoting for the longest, whether she knows it or not. Now that she want to do a 180. That's all she was pushing. He supposed to work for you. He your slave, girl. He supposed to go out there and get it, and he bring that shit back to you. But now she mad about it because now she got caught up in it.
Body that they know is just a pretty face, and they're just gonna be there for them and not try to play any type of role other than I'm gonna just take care of you. You could play that role if you really wanted to, where you're the dominant, and I'm gonna just get somebody, a man, and you can, or a woman, and boss them up and just have them playing their role.
I would never do that to him. I would never do that for a man.
Right.
I would never do that for a man.
As you shouldn't. But
yeah. So that's out the question because as a man, you got your ego in the way. You big dog. No, you're gonna have to prove to me you big dog.
But what if he was a big dog in a different area?
No. Then you would see that in his life, right? You would be dominating in that life, and you ain't got to dominate me. So here's the thing: you got to have it. You got to show it, right? Because here's the thing: it take one to know one.
Right.
Real recognize real. Game recognize game. I'm a leader. I know what the hell a leader look like.
Yeah.
Right. I've been through the trenches. I mean, I got commissioned as an officer. I know what it takes to be a leader. You can't just show up to me, I'm the man, I'm the leader. No, boy, it take one to know one. Real recognize real, and I see it ain't no leader in you, period. Right? See, that's intimidating to a man. Can't no man deal with me. Can't no man rock with me because as a woman, I would have to cut down all it is to make him feel like the leader. No. Because I'm the type of person that's going to demand that you be one. Fuck your feelings. You going to be one. I ain't trying to make you feel like one because you would already feel like one if you were one. Yeah. So me and men, we can agree that we ain't compatible. Okay?
Yeah, right.
We ain't compatible. It's cool. Yeah. It's cool. You can call me a man, whatever. You can say that I'm old because I am 38. Hey man, because I'm not out here trying to compete with no young girls.
Right.
I don't need that type of validation. I'm not trying to be no bottom bitch. See, I'm real. I keep it player, right? So for a woman though, my requirements for a woman is a little bit different because at the end of the day, I'm not in competition with you. This is about us working together. And you don't have to be as dominant as I am, but you have to still be a leader. You still got to be able to have your goals, but our goals have to coincide. We have to be able to work together, right? And so I feel like that's what I have with my current girlfriend. Everything working out just fine. I think we're a lot more compatible than the last, because when it comes to being with a woman, at this point, it's really more about compatibility than anything. Do we mesh, right? We are the same sex, right? We have the same makeup. Do we have the same mind? Do we have the same direction, right? Because if we got that, right, everything else we can work out. You know what I mean?
It's loud. Now talk to me about you said you have a what did you have?
My workshop.
Yes.
Right. So I got a workshop coming up December 2nd.
I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit. I don't give a fuck about her goddamn workshop. All I heard the whole time she was talking
I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time. One of the best singers, one of the best looking motherfuckers you've ever seen. Hold my drink, bitch.
That's all I heard. That's all I heard from her. And I think I think she's full of shit.
Making it's some sort of philosophical claim that there can exist a relationship with two alpha leaders, and that's just not the case.
Yeah. It's not going to work. Somebody has to take the less dominant role. I've never seen a society where there were two powers.
Code of the old ancient Sith. There's a master and an apprentice.
There you go. You can't have two leaders. The whole point of being an apprentice is one day you will become the master. But guess what? The master that was there before you retires. He's done with the game. You got to pick it up now. But she's an interesting character, and it's amazing that all it took was a couple months. Pretty much, you just say a year for somebody to stand 10 toes down on something and condemn the shit out of men, just to turn around and talk about experiencing the exact same thing that the men that she was condemning was telling her that they were dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And that's why I have a real issue with people like her and other people in the space, like Cynthia G or Ashira 7, or I don't know who else is out there that likes to talk this crazy shit. You remember that one girl I was talking shit to for a long time? She hates me and she got me blocked on all her shit. She would just get on this dog man out all the time, telling women to go deal with somebody of another race. Like, bitch, if you're the problem and you take it somewhere else, you're gonna have the same problems. Hey, Red, give me your thoughts, because you said you don't know this lady, man. What do you think about what she was talking about?
If you're in this, like, you don't know what it's like. Like, at the end of the day, you have no idea what it's like, especially if they think you don't know what the fuck it's like. You just experience what the reality is. And the irony is, with women like this and Cynthia G, they'll take this information in and acknowledge this information, but they won't draw any different conclusions from it. They'll just keep parroting the same narrative. I mean, they don't even realize they're hurting themselves with it in the process, because they're into the future. What are you going to be, single cat ladies?
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to actually do some what do you call it, soul searching and some self-evaluation. Because I honestly, I'm gonna keep saying it, it's my ultimate goal from the very beginning, and it's gonna stay the same. I want to see men and women get together. I want to see functioning relationships, because you know how I feel about America. I believe America's all fucked, and mainly because the family structure, I think, is really fucked up. But if we have people running out here with these ideas that this is okay and that's okay, and we can fuck the norm up, we can go against everything that's traditionally worked and how it got us to this point, I believe we're gonna fail. I want to see men and women get together. That's my ultimate goal. But
that's the ironic part, is if all women got together and did the right thing, we wouldn't have half as many problems in our society. But that will never happen.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you straight up, I'll bet. Shout out to Marvin, man. Said black women got to do better. That's why my focus has been over here on this side. And you can attest to it, and Lex can attest to it too. My main focus is talking to the ladies about the shit that they do. I'm a men's advocate, but that doesn't mean that we don't hold men accountable for the bullshit that they do. We done called out too many fuck boys on this channel. Too many. But the problem is we don't hyper focus on just one side is bad and the other side don't do no wrong. You got to be equal about it. But this situation right here, you got somebody that literally only focused on calling out one side. And that exact same side did exactly what the other side told you that a lot of ladies do. You're feeling the pain. And I'm that type of person where I don't really have no sympathy for you. I can't have no sympathy for you. How can you stab me in my back for a year, and then when the same person that I was telling you was doing me wrong did you wrong, and now you want me to help?
Yeah, it's kind of like Democrats who are like super for Kamala, and then when Trump won, they were like, "Oh well, the Democrat Party sucks." And it's like, bitch, you were just supporting that.
Yeah, people can't get on that crazy shit, man. And they can't get around it. I'll sit here and hold their feet to the fire as long as it takes. I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers say, "Oh, man, you mad." Marvin, you right about that. Self-hatred exists within black women, and they don't acknowledge it or bring about change in themselves. Yeah, it's all about pointing the other finger. And in the sad part, I'll just say in society, period, when it comes to the dynamic between men and women.
Yeah,
in our community,
there's a lot of self-hatred.
We got a lot of people that do that. They'll fucking cut off their nose to spite their face because they feel like they're
Or
doing
they'll cut out their ovaries to spite their future lineage.
Yeah. You got the guys cutting off their penises. This shit's bad, man. We ain't got all the way out the way.
It's bad.
Yeah, it is, man. We need more space like this where we call shit out and tell the fucking truth, regardless of whether it hurts people's feelings. But we got a lot of people that want to be politically correct when it comes to things, regardless of whether it's on one side or the other. Because you already know how I feel. I don't fuck with the Democrats, and I damn sure don't fuck with the goddamn Republicans. We just put a felon in the White House, but that's a reflection of this country as a whole. Like
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that. I think both of the candidates were a reflection of the country as a whole, because on one hand, you had a felon that was like a hustler, and on the other hand, you had a wine drinking stupid bitch that said like whatever she felt was necessary, and that's a perfect reflection of America right now.
Yeah, America is so fucking stupid. Hell, America has so many dumbass people in it that they wouldn't even demand two better options. That's how they playing in people's faces. You got a dude that first of all, you remember when Trump ran against Hillary Clinton? Matter of fact, I'll go when he ran against Biden. Then the age conversation came out. Biden's too old. You saw how that disappeared during this election?
Yeah, because the age question wasn't an issue until Biden stepped down.
No, it was. I'm talking about before this election, when Biden beat him in the first one.
Right, but now people are questioning Donald Trump's age.
Yeah,
after Biden stepped down,
it just flipped parties. Yeah, party
well,
was talking about.
I agree. The older you get, the less mentally inclined you are.
Definitely. We gotta stop being sheep. We have to stop being sheep. And if we're gonna have so many sheep out here, it's like that. I forget the name. Liam Neeson. He was in a movie. I think a lot of people need to watch it because there's a great quote in there. I don't know where the fuck they got it from, but I actually hold that shit dear to my heart. There's three types of people in this world, y'all. There's wolves, there's sheep, and there's sheepdogs. I consider myself a sheepdog. And I'm out here to try to protect the sheep away from the wolves. And I think more people need to be sheepdogs instead of being the goddamn sheep, because we got a lot of fucking wolves out here that are preying on people, and that's why shit is so fucked up, and it's going to continue to be fucked up. You got too many people that's okay with shit happening to other folks and then crying like a bitch when the same shit happens to them. If you don't have your neighbor's back, don't expect your neighbors to have your back when they come for you too. We gotta get off the bullshit.
Yeah, I think I'm a wolf, but I that doesn't necessarily
you better stop
mean
being a wolf.
No,
Well,
I don't think just because I'm a wolf, just because I'm a wolf doesn't mean I think the sheep should die, right? I think I'm against the other wolves, right? So I'm a wolf on the other side.
I'm about to say, in that context, the wolf is not eating the sheep. He's just taking advantage of the sheep. I don't think he's out here murking them motherfuckers.
Hey, it's a better alternative.
Yeah, true that. But look, man, we got to be better, especially when it comes to these relationships, and that's going to be the nexus of all of our problems, man. Look, we got to fix the household. We got to fix these relationships. Men and women get together and understand what their role is.
So just to reiterate, what was the nexus of her transformation?
Was, the last girl, the YouTuber that she was with, the one that had 100,000 subscribers. She got with her, and then the relationship ended up breaking. Like it didn't work, and the girl just came out and started accusing her of a lot of things,
like abuse.
Yeah, mental abuse. She manipulated me here. She did this, and she's not good with her daughter. And she was just so surprised how people on the internet could just turn on her so fast because one woman made an accusation about her. I'm like,
the fact that she's flipping the script so abruptly kind of makes me think that she might actually be guilty of some of the things that she's being accused of.
She is. The girl didn't tell 100% lies on her. I can say that from the outside looking in. I don't know either one of them from a can of fucking paint. But the girl didn't lie. There's always some truth in a lie. It might be exaggerated. It might be blown out of proportion.
And just by the way she's talking and the script change, there's ulterior motives for this. I think she might be guilty, and she knows it.
She wants some money. She wants some motherfucking money. She trying to get paid in the shade. She trying to get paid. And if she thinks she can pull some men around, and she's gonna pull some men around. She's gonna pull some of those sheep ass, weak ass in the head, don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet, let they balls drop ass dudes. She gonna pull some of them, be like, oh yeah, she's speaking for us now. Even though she did tell us for like a year and a half that we're incapable of love and we're meant to just serve a woman and all this shit. She gonna pull some of them dudes around there. It's just like somebody like Cynthia G that says delete all black male babies, got black men. They're some of her biggest supporters. You know, the ones that do this. Hey, that type of shit. Right up behind her head. Sucking all up on her pussy and shit. You know, like this bitch.
Yeah. You know, the women is one thing because the women are delusional, but when men start falling for this, that's when I'm like, we need to start bringing like camps back.
Yeah, I just think we need to just start fucking accumulating a lot of air for folks. And I ain't trying to say that to be mean, but a lot of folks don't need to be on this earth. But I'll be the one to fucking say that.
I mean, they should at least be shamed deeply.
Oh yeah. And that, hey, you remember one of my biggest things when I first started? Man, we need to bring shaming back. People's like, oh no, you're just being mean. No,
Absolutely.
We need to bring this shit back so people understand not to do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that.
And see, this is the thing when you say, oh well, men don't know how to act in a certain way, and women experience all this shame. Well, there was plenty of shame back in the day, and men knew exactly how to act, and society functioned perfectly for hundreds of years.
I ain't gonna say perfectly. We had our problems, but
there was problems, but it was we had functional family structures.
Yeah, we did have that.
So what's the point?
We need to try to get back to actually building the families, not to the point in society where that was, but we need to get back to pushing morals. And I'm saying everybody has different morals. But in the grand scheme of things, right is right and wrong is wrong. We know what the fuck it is. We make a conscious decision to do the opposite. We need to start hammering it down. And for anybody that wants to argue against it, me personally, I'm gonna tell them to their face, I don't give a fuck. But they're gonna have to come over here for it because I ain't going to nobody else's shit to tell them about themselves. I ain't got time for that. I'm not finna search for problems. If you bring the problem to me, I definitely try to solve it. But we gotta work on this stuff. And this lady right here is a prime example of what not to do and what not to be like. You can't do a 180 like that. I understand people change their minds all the time. But when you dig a hole so goddamn deep, just don't think you're going to be able to jump out of it. Don't think I'm going to be reaching my hand down and pull you up.
Not to cut you off, but I don't think it's just an example of what not to do. This is an example of what us men should be looking out for in the future. We should be looking out for women who say, oh yeah, these women are delusional. These women are crazy. I'm not like these other women, these crazy feminists. Meanwhile, they're actually crazy feminists too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is something we need to put the guardrails up against.
Hey, I got a good one for you. Not only pay attention to the message, pay high attention to the messenger. Because sometimes you can have a person that's giving you the greatest message in the world, but they're a piece of shit. And that'll cause people not to listen to them. More people need to pay attention to that. Who's delivering that? It's like we got a lot of problems in the church, in the U.S. churches right now. Yeah, somebody up there telling you that you're going to go to hell if you sin and do this shit, but they fucking everybody inside the church.
Yet similarly, you could have someone who's socially described as a piece of shit who's actually delivering a good message.
Yeah, because your image can be shaped depending on who the hell's trying to shape it. They can paint you in a certain light, whether it's true or it's not. But I think it's hilarious that this lady she wants to do a complete 180 while still saying that her message hasn't changed.
There's an energy shift. Do you feel it, Jay? I think I don't want to say it's because of Trump winning, but there's almost like a masculine energy shift where like men are on top again. Do you feel it? You know what I'm talking about?
Man, ain't never been below. I already told you how I
Yeah,
felt
but
about
it seems like there's an awakening, right? And like women are just like flailing off and complaining.
Look, in these next 4 years, we're gonna have a lot of dummies emboldened to do dumb shit because they feel like somebody got their back, and they're gonna find out they don't know nobody got their fucking back. But at the end of the day, men need to take their rightful place where they're supposed to be, where God ordained them to be. And that's for all y'all that don't believe in God. Look, it is what it is. At the end of the day, a man can do more than a woman, and a man needs to be standing at the top to provide for everybody beneath him. But yeah, man, there's always gonna be an energy shift, man. The winds blow left and right all the time. Right now, they're blowing one way.
And that's a good way. I think it's a good thing that we orient the winds to blow in the direction of having families, because otherwise we end up with a bunch of single men. And any time in history you end up with a bunch of single lonely men, you get civil war.
Well, yeah, man. Well, look, ain't nothing like a dude that don't get no pussy. They don't have no.
Imagine 20 million of them.
Yeah, like if a dude doesn't have direction and something to work for, like work towards, you're gonna have some problems.
No, imagine 20, 30, 40 million young men, able-bodied, who have nothing to live for. What they're willing to do.
Shit. It can get bad. It can get bad. And the sad part is, I think we're just getting into the nitty gritty of how bad it's gonna be. So I got a feeling it's gonna get worse. But hopefully we can be advocates of trying to change that before it gets to that point. But you never know.
And
we'll see.
Inevitably, as it gets to that point, recruiting people to our side is a good thing. So, like, the fact that she's realizing women are delusional is a good thing. However, we actually have to be consistent.
Yeah, that bitch can't get on my boat. I still need to make those t-shirts and hoodies. Everybody ain't gonna make the boat.
It's like Future said, where your ass was at, dog.
Mm-hmm. It's Alexis. I hope she ain't go sleep. She might have fell asleep on live. Cause I have been running for a while. All right, well, either way though, Red, give me your final thoughts.
Final thoughts on this woman.
Yeah, my bad, real quick. Shout out to Marvin and shout out to Narratives and Dialogues. And see y'all in here in a while. Go ahead, give me your final thoughts.
This woman is deeply, deeply traumatized by her past relationship, and she'll never get over it. Doesn't matter if she ends up in what she calls a happy relationship with another woman. She will always be resenting the fact that she could never stay married to her man. She would be so much happier with more kids around her with one man. And that's just what she's avoiding here. And so she's saying, oh yeah, women are delusional when they attack me, to say, well, now we should accept you because you're being attacked to preserve your reputation, even though you were attacking us for being the victims of the same thing. It's totally hypocritical. And this type of behavior is a case study in what we should be observing going forward. Because like I was talking about earlier with this vibe shift after the Trump election, because it kind of was like a male versus female thing, we have to be very vigilant of women trying to gain our trust by saying, oh, I'm a traditional woman. I don't believe these feminists. Yeah, these women suck. We have to be very careful about letting these types into our circles. But I'm Red Illusion. You can find me on YouTube at Red Illusion. I'm on Instagram at Red Z Illusion. Drop some art tomorrow. Check me out there.
Right now, y'all heard it here first. Now, Miss Alexis, are you there? Alexis from Texas. Alexis. All right, I think she fell asleep. All right, look, y'all. We came, we saw, we conquered. We did what we had to do today. Princella, be better. Stop being a piece of fucking shit. Stop pandering on the internet. Stop leading people down a dark alley to get their ass fucked. You need to just tell the truth how it is, and if you don't know, shut up. I'll put it like that. I know men, I know women, and I understand we both have the capabilities to be good and be bad, just like all human beings. But I'm not going to put somebody in a light that I know to not be true. And that's the whole beauty of being in a country like the United States of America. We got a lot of data to back up the things that we talk about. Use the data and don't use your feelings. But no, man, we did what we had to do, man. And we'll be right back here again tomorrow. Not me, but Big Back for Life. If y'all do not know who that is, he is hosting the Saturday show. He gonna be
Is that Wally?
Nah, that's Rob.
Oh, okay.
That's Rob. Yeah, he's gonna be hosting the Saturday show, vibing and chilling with Big Bag for Life. Y'all check him out, man. He just got monetized on YouTube. He over there killing it over on Instagram. I think he's over 100,000 over there. He gonna be hosting the show, and then once again on Sunday, you got C Money Podcast hosting this thing, doing it up. We might get a midday stream. Y'all might get a midday one because I got some other content I want to talk about with some cops. You might get that midday tomorrow, but I know it's championship weekend for college football, and a lot of people gonna be caught up with that stuff. But look, man, we gonna keep grinding over here. We're gonna keep trying to grow, man. Y'all keep supporting the channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the videos, and hopefully by the end of this month, we be at 22K. But you never know. We'll see how it works out. But I appreciate y'all. And we're going to get the fuck out of here. And we will catch y'all in the next one, as always.
Peace.
Peace.